Oh, there's definitely some eccentric trailers
There's
in there
some
too, as
definite eccentrics. So let's dive in, shall we?
I'm there.
All right. The first one we're going to look at is called Looking for Heels. From
and also as a preface, we're gonna kind of start off with some games that we missed.
Oh, that's
that
right.
were kind of just like super announced, and we just didn't even get to them. So these are stuff that came out last month. There's gonna be a few of them. We're gonna quickly go through them, and then we'll jump into the super brand new stuff for this month.
And as a note, we will be talking over the trailers a bit per request. Oh, there we go. So this is Looking for Heels. Morag, it is a time for a change, though.
A change. There's always waiting for change.
So this does bring up a good point, though. Every game, you're always looking for the person that makes the big damage calls.
This game was interesting from both an art and a playstyle point of view. And it was, I don't know, I thought it was pretty nifty.
So, yeah, I mean, I remember back to the MMO days when you had people who were chronic healers. They're like, I will heal the hell out of your raid, and it's what I do. And I didn't think about it till now. There really wasn't a game for them in terms of these dungeon crawlers.
Nope.
So, it's all good.
Oh no, it was me. Don't worry, it's all good. There we go. I forgot to hide my taskbar.
Gotcha. I'm dealing with audio issues here, and I think I found out why. It's funny when both of them are playing audio, not just one. Because I have to have the control and the full screen. Whoops. Fixed. There. So, oh, thanks for dropping the links there, Morag.
Yeah, Looking for Heels. It's just popping into early access of all things too, as well. So it's definitely on my radar of stuff that I was interested in. It was actually kind of nice too, because that was like the first trailer, like when you had the list all sorted out, and I saw that, and I opened. I was like, this looks sweet.
It's if I'm correct, I think it literally went from E3 announcement to a few days later available.
I didn't even remember seeing it in E3 at all. This was the first time I got to see it.
It had a booth there, but it was not featured by any of the stages.
Fair enough.
There were about 20 to 30 indie games that had that scenario, and I researched them all.
That's fair enough.
So that was Looking for Heels. It's and I think the way that we can say it is you can play it now. The next one that came out back at June is a game that I think it came out of early access. Where is that thing that I need to look at? There it is. Fixed. But this is Littlewood. Click, please. Please. So
I've had a few people telling me to play this.
I actually saw people I watch on YouTube start playing this about 2 months ago exclusively. The idea is you defeated the world. The world's destroyed. Why don't you start rebuilding it? And you're like completely lost, right? They make their dumb jokes about how you don't remember anything and stuff, I think is what I remember seeing. But it's like incredibly just casual, relaxing. Relatable to people call it simplistic Stardew. That's fair enough. And it has that extra little charm. It has like the mobile feel graphics to it too. Very kind of just flat palettes. It's good. And I don't know. They have an Animal Crossing. You can make your own little house too as well. Oh man. Yep. As you Animal Crossing. This is Animal Crossing, the game. I got it. Okay. Just like every other game is Minecraft the game. This is this right here. I plan to play this. It has entered early access as of June 17th. The next one, Morag, it's for your community. I'm watching your chat. It's up to you guys. This was on my shit list of cut it. Yep. And Jack said no. No, I said no because I expect to see all of you do the right emote choice. The right emote choice. The right emote choice. You guys will figure it out fast.
So
this is still on my shit list.
it should be on your shit list. But the captain's not ugly like these fish. I love how the first response is no, ...
It's still on my shit list.
It is on your shit list. But wait, who's in the boat?
Is it Grumpy Cat? That's stupid. That's stupid. That stupid freaking fish. The fish, the glowing blue derpy face thing. I don't know how many times I just like clicked into the trailer and it always get him just going. I'm just like, okay, this is.
But there's cats
on my shit list. I know there's cats.
I know, but there's cats.
But this was also a mobile game from 2012.
Yes,
it was. Ported to Nintendo Switch.
But it was a cat. Palate cleanse right afterwards, I'd say.
Yes. New game.
Why'd you even link that shit?
I'm linking it because people might want to go and see it. I'm at least gonna give it. Now this looks cool.
All right.
But this does remind me of what was it? There was another game that kind of, again, similar art style one. It's like Cube World. It has like the voxel pixel style to this, but there was a multiplayer game, not Trove, but that was isometric, kind of like this as well too. I forget what it's called though.
Now, if I remember correctly, this one specifically says couch co-op and not online.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm actually just going to bring up the thing to make sure. With solo and couch co-op play, what happened to the sound?
PC, PS4, and Xbox One for this as well.
Okay.
So pretty nifty. Full release as well, just coming right on out. Pretty damn cool, honestly.
I think I have an audio issue.
Oh, another one?
Well, this one may be just the sound cut off. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll wing it. Oh, well. So let's take a step back, okay? Looking for heals, Littlewood, Riverbound, and a different one outside of that. Chat, we went through those pretty quickly. We have a lot. Enough for about an hour and a half for discussions, things like that. Is this a good pace, or if we slowed down, would you guys be okay with that? Because with these previews for last month, it's a good way to double check now at the beginning. Would you agree, Morag? Morag's like, we should just do more.
Yeah, no, this is good.
All right. Riverbond game was shown at E3. Continue.
I somehow missed that at E3. I don't know.
Yep.
Wait, was that at the Xbox showcase?
I know that it was on the Something Funny showcase.
I did not get to watch the Something Funny list. Did not get to watch that.
But yeah, and by the way, we need to make a shout out to s0e3 out there who has helped out with some of the data gathering. Thank you, sweetie.
Yes. Thank you, s0e3.
So, feels good to you? Let's see.
So this next game was definitely the E3 and was definitely released right after their stuff was announced. And they also announced a whole bunch of other awesome, cool stuff. One that I'm actually very much looking forward to that we're going to be showing a trailer to later because it's coming out on the 11th. But that's spoilers.
But right that now. Said, we'll just bring it up and we'll talk about it here in a second.
Yeah.
Savvy, forward-thinking consumers like yourself should find their way to DevolverBootleg.com, which wholly unironically forwards to a Steam page for Devolver Bootleg. From there, potential users will have the opportunity to pay a small fee to download the Devolver Bootleg launcher.
Once the I know a couple people that have played this.
I just want to say, it's on sale right now for 1% off.
Is it? I wonder if they're going to keep it at 1% off for the rest of its life. I hope they do.
Because, I mean, instead of $4.90, I played this actually just 2 days ago.
You said that it had some pretty ridiculous achievements too, right?
Yes. Its first achievement when you turn on the game and open it is simply blah, and its icon is money because they basically stole your money.
Got your money, bitch. Got your money.
You open the option menu, they give you an achievement. You close it, they give you one. You open it a second time, they give you one.
Can't make up your mind, the achievement.
They called you Optioneer version 2, I think it is, or something like that. But a lot of the games are really fun. The Ape Out Junior actually was more fun than I expected. It was one of my favorites. It was Donkey Kong Jr. with Ape Out.
Was it better than the original?
No. It's a bootleg. But yeah,
some bootlegs are better than the originals.
I get that. You need to play the cat one.
You mean Cat Mario?
That's
a wonderful bootleg of Super Mario World.
I get that. No, the one that's Castlevania, which is based off of Gato Roboto.
Huh.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
I'm sorry, not Castlevania, Ghosts and Goblins.
A Ghosts and Goblins?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
based off Ghosts and Goblins. So you get hit once, and all the armor comes off your cat, and you get to see his buff body.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
That's what I look for. That's what I look for in my video games. Every time.
It
I
is.
secretly try and not stare at it. If I ever got one of those seeing eye thingies, you'd know where I'd be looking all the time. Buff cat pods.
Buff
Yes.
cat pods. I respect that. Hashtag all cats are. Never mind. We're gonna hit the next two because frankly they are
Konami
classics.
still makes games.
Well,
Wait,
Konami
no.
still makes money on old games.
They still want money. Oh, Konami, why? Now just release the freaking Castlevania game for Xbox 360 for PC, damn it!
Dude, I will have to say, I'm surprised how many of these games I played and beat in my youth.
I've never beaten a Contra game in my life.
Oh, wow. That's a hell of a challenge to throw at you, too.
Yeah, I don't have enough of attention span to play these games. I really don't.
Well, it's also...
My attention span is so short when it comes to these. You fail as a gamer? Okay.
So,
Remember,
Contra?
I'm a cute gamer boy. Cute gamer boys don't play Contra.
Yeah, Probotector. I don't know why that one's on the list, but yeah, it's a thing. Either way, that's something you can get right now, and it released on June 11th, on the same day as this lovely collection. Morag, you will probably have words to say about this.
I love it. I love it. Also, if I was a cute gamer boy, I'd be showing off more of my figure. You haven't seen me on the premium streams then. I see now.
Pyromancer.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah,
Premium
if
streams are
you
a joke.
actually
It's a joke.
sub at tier 5, which is above tier 3, you get access to his Chatterbait account, his knee Chatterbait.
This is a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay. Yeah, that's why I said tier 5. It doesn't exist. Okay.
Them sub streams. Yeah, I still have the free premium streams available for you to view. Subtub 400.
Yeah.
And 300. Yes.
So
Trials of Mana, they're remaking this in 3D. They'll be coming out mid next year. And this is a fantastic game. 6 different characters you choose from, 3 different bosses. The story changes depending on the characters you end up having. The dialogue changes depending on what character you have throughout the entire game. To actually see every piece of dialogue in the game, you have to play through it way too many times.
Yeah.
But the main pieces of dialogue, it's only 3.
It also has some of the most majestic songs in the series.
We just sat. So when you boot up the game and you're choosing a title, it has a jukebox for each game right there.
Oh,
And you can just sit there and listen to music.
Yeah.
So good. So that's on Switch. One day they'll maybe bring it out to PC. But
Odds are high they'll bring it to PC.
We'll get the 3D versions of Trials of Mana or Second Sensei 3 later next year. Early next year.
That said, you know the best place to look if you want to know when it comes out? Right here on the trailer show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Make sure to check it out. First and third Saturdays of the month.
So the next game on our showcase came out in June, And I'm going to be honest, it's one of the most anticipated patches, expansions, or exiting of early access of all of Twitch, I would say, in terms of our history. Because everybody wanted to play the campaign after they got a good taste of the zombie mode in their billions.
Did you know that I have yet to play this game?
I don't blame you. I don't know if this is exactly your style of game.
It is kind of, but it's like the micromanaging aspect of it kind of throws me back a little bit.
That's what I mean. Like, they do have pause, which is exactly what you would need.
Yeah.
But
the pause is what I would like for sure.
Yeah, but the nuance of micromanagement, that's RTS. That's my style, 100%.
That's like the thing that like separates, that I've been trying to figure out, what is it that separates tower defense games from what I enjoy versus what I don't enjoy? It's the goddamn micromanaging in some of them.
Yeah, it's the automation.
It hurts me.
The automation.
I like
difference.
automating. Give me the automation. Let me plan something out.
You know, if you're saying that, maybe we should talk to you about Dota Underlords or Team Tactics or whatever it is.
I've been looking at it.
It's up your alley.
It is a little bit for sure. I would agree. It's something that's frightening for me though a bit.
Well, it's one of those, if you do it for stream, you do it with other friends. The end.
Yeah. And that brings us to the end of everything that came out last month. Yeah, since last episode. That's right. That's what we're calling it. Since last episode.
So, and it's always good to throw those at the beginning, let people get in and get their popcorn ready, get their blankets around them, or their fans, depending on where you are these days. Things of that nature. So, Morag, now we get to go into tonight's content.
I couldn't find an English trailer for this. I couldn't find a good, like, I couldn't find one.
No,
this was very hard.
Did you update any of the links in here? Because I didn't update into
some of the stuff that were white for like store pages. I updated those. I didn't update any of the YouTube stuff though.
Well, they may not have gotten. Oh, the YouTube page. Oh yeah, never mind that.
Yeah, I didn't update any YouTube links. You're all good there.
All right, no problem. I'm just getting one thing set up over here, and that's gonna go right here, I think.
You guys like visual novels?
That's a good question.
You like visual novels that you can bring on to the Switch or PC? Wait a second. Is this right?
I don't know. Either way.
Did I? Yeah, this is on Switch and PC. I didn't update that on the list yet.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out.
I'm fixing it right now. Bam. There we go.
So, let's go into the first of tonight's things. This is coming out. Actually, we'll give the gist of it by the end, not the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's not the button I want to push.
Wait, this came out on the 4th.
Oh, that's important to note. Yeah, because we're on the 6th. So these are games that have already come out, but they are early this month. We're going to be looking at Alternate Jake Hunter, Daedalus, The Awakening of Golden Jazz. Say that 3 times fast.
It is a pretty bitchin' trailer, though.
It is. I love Arc System Works trailers. What's your first knee-jerk opinion of this, Morag?
I think that's where like when going through these and trying to find like trailers that really work that way. Like with this one, just like it doesn't really show much except that it's another edgy Japanese game.
I get that.
And then you get to see visual novel stuff. But it's always fun to go and see how people are reinventing visual novels and adding in like little mechanics and whatnot, kind of like what the escape room type of mechanics as well too.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that. So it's always fun when you are watching stuff that offers like this kind of expansibility. Like what is new and different?
The 360 camera is a fantastic addition to the experience. One thing I will say is they're presenting this in the same way that they'd almost present an anime with style. Like the music grabs me more than the actual approach. So it looks like you can change the approach of how you're approaching, like the way your stance is towards a person. So that seems interesting. I agree. I wish there was an English translation for this so we could understand what this tree is badass about.
It's the portrait of suspect. Was there? I saw some English words in there.
It was.
Yeah. Don't you love that URL? I know I could have chopped off the whole title, but I really just wanted to put the whole thing in.
I agree.
It's a beautiful, beautiful URL. Absolutely fantastic. But anyway, made by Nelios, who, if I recall, oh, that's not the right video.
Nope.
I almost opened up stuff I shouldn't have opened up. That would have been bad. This is their second game. No, first game. This is their first game. I don't know what the company has done in the past, though. But of course, it is an Arc System published game as well, too. So there's going to be a reason that they did it. The Steam trailer was a little weird. It wasn't. It was. Yeah, I don't know.
It was something.
It missed out on some other aspects, but yeah.
So,
but anyway, go check it out. $45. I want to know if it's any good though. There's like 2 reviews. What are they saying? 2 reviews saying, there's a Weeb copy pasta for one of them.
Nice.
ASCII art. And the other one is, I know about the Jake Hunter series. I've never finished it off, so I can't say anything other than what I understood playing the prologue. I liked how the visual novel is presented. Art is nice. Can't save manual so far. And in the game, looks like you look for clues, whatnot. So it looks like it doesn't have any extra aspect. And I noticed that during the trailer too, as well, that it was kind of a half mystery, kind of breaking apart the situation and then moving forward with it.
So it's an investigative series, and I'm kind of okay with that. I saw a glimpse of Judgment recently with Zeke playing it, and that game looks fascinating. Even outside of the wackiness of it being from the creators of Yakuza, I liked the story that I glimpsed.
Mm-hmm.
So, if
but yeah,
you
chat,
you first, and then I'll talk.
I was gonna say, chat, are you into visual novels? Do you think that was up your alley, possibly?
And even I would go so further. Is it something you would want to play or want to watch played? Because I'm looking for a good investigative experience, because those mysteries get me good.
Oh, you need to play 999.
I have watched it through.
Oh,
and it's so good.
Have you played the second or third game or seen those?
Not only did I watch them, I went and researched the whole nuance of the story.
Oh, so you know exactly what the story's about. It's such a cool story, though.
It is.
And seeing I don't want to say too much. Once you actually start doing research and then you start seeing
the
how
layer
stuff works.
Yeah, the layer that you initially see, and then there's the layer that you can investigate under that layer. It's a very it has a lot of depth, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, I know one game I might have, because I know for a visual novel, I've been wanting to play. I played through the first Danganronpa, but I definitely want to take a break before I play the second one. I know it's been like a year or so, but I want to possibly go through Steins Gate.
Oh God,
I've watched the anime.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's
but yeah.
I know Cherno did. I think Pukajutsu went through it too. So,
yeah. But I know it's like 40 hours. So there's a tiny bit of investment in that one.
It is.
Anyway,
so the next game that we're looking at is one. I'm like one of the 6 people in a community underneath a rock that hasn't seen this series. Next, we're checking out Stranger Things 3, the game.
Already watched the newest season. I can tell you, do not watch this game being played if you do not want to be spoiled. This is fine. You're all good. Don't worry. The trailer's fine. I double checked it to make sure it was good. But this follows the show pretty to the point.
And from what I
Really?
understand, from seeing other people's comments about the game, is that the game follows almost a one-to-one recreation of what happens in the show happens in the game too as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So and they actually break up the episodes in the game and the levels based upon the episodes of the series as well too. So it's really nifty.
That's awesome.
Man, I already see some plot.
Oh, there's the plot on the edge. How many people like plot? How many people like balls? That's all I got to introduce this, Morag.
She and Hopper are going to barrel through a lab beating up guides. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because I know some people don't want to get spoiled.
For a person who knows that it's a story-heavy series, I am very happy that the only thing they showed on that preview was essentially basic combat mechanics and some puzzle mechanics.
Yep, they show some characters together, but if you've watched the series already, you know that they were gonna,
And if you don't watch the series, all you see is character A and B doing things.
Mm-hmm. And you could play that game perfectly fine and still enjoy it too as well without watching the series, hands down. And I might end up playing through it. We'll see what happens.
Well, that'll be that would be fascinating to see where the numbers lie. Will people be fascinated or worried about spoilers? We'll check it out.
Yeah.
So, chat, what is the button for plot? Isn't it P for you, Morag?
P for party mode, which party mode usually involves some good old malleable plot.
Gotcha. Well, please press P for next trailer. Because it's party mode. I mean, with a mature flag right there on the front.
Oh, I'll have you know, this is coming out on Switch.
Yes, this is a Switch exclusive.
Exclusive to the Switch.
Yeah, like not even PC. It's a Switch exclusive. Take all of the Senran.
Oh my god, I didn't actually watch this all the way through.
It is. Don't worry, this is as much plot as you get.
But it's the whole point that this big half-naked ladies.
Okay, have you ever played any of this series or seen any of it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so apparently it's basically we are the equivalent of ninja fighting each other, but they their hit points are related to their clothes. And sometimes they have these special outfits. Well, this is the pinball version of heavy plot.
You know what I see this as is like, like when you're playing an arcade machine, right? Or a pinball machine, you have to hit the bumpers and then it falls, right?
Yeah.
So take that very awkward position that she's in where you can only hit her gooch, you're going to end up running into some problems there if it starts to fall then, So what's going to happen? What's the next thing that happens? There's your link,
There's your link.
Animals.
Do you know what I love is people actually came out of lurk to say, what game is this? Either A, to be totally surprised, or B, they're about to make a purchase.
It is a total of $50.
Yeah, they went full price because it's Senran Kagura, and people will buy that crap because that is a series that never ends.
It even has HD Rumble in it. You can build up points to unlock special challenges, which showcase the girl's charms.
Yeah, they need to show off more.
Wait a second. That's a pre-purchase?
It's not out yet?
It's not out yet.
What date?
I missed out. It's on the 9th. Okay. Screwed up on that one. I didn't check the date on that.
They must have did a last minute delay because it was 5th before.
I'm sorry, chat. You're gonna have to wait a couple more days on that one.
Yeah, you got. I know it's a pinball machine, but you got to deal with your blue balls.
Wait, there was an intimacy mode? I completely missed that. I like how. Let's see this.
Jay, we need to.
Oh god, did it just save that image? No, don't save that on my computer.
Jay, we need to buy it for Zeke.
Let's see here. I'm opening up a screenshot to take a closer look.
Bombers wants to read the last paragraph.
Read the last paragraph. The usual features of the franchise are here too, including dress up, diorama, and intimacy mode. Customize your favorite characters and see some high quality pinball with them. Heart, featuring the accessories galore set. with 30 bonus accessories, included for free. Very cool.
For free. Let me tell you, when you purchase your $60 game, they throw freebies in.
Uh-huh.
Motherfucker.
Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that face. No, please don't hit me with the ball.
Don't hit me with your balls.
Senpai, please.
Senpai. All right, so the next game is...
I was going to play this yesterday, and I didn't because it just came out yesterday.
Yep. And this is an Origin exclusive, I believe, on the PC.
On PC Origin.
Yep, and isn't it full stack? Let me check. This got shrunk.
Full
it
stack?
is not full stack. It is PS4 and Xbox. Sorry, full stack is when it's all three of them. And as I understand, I thought I read somewhere, but I didn't verify that this may actually be a day one Stadia release. So the next one, and you may have seen it before, Sea of Solitude.
This was announced at E3 not last year, the year before, or this year. It was last year.
Last year,
correctly.
Yep, 2018.
I did watch a couple people playing this today.
Okay.
And very heavy narrative. Definitely follows some very deep topics. Lots of self-conscious type of ideas too.
I love the music. This seems very emotional.
It's extremely emotional. It's gonna definitely play off of personal experiences. I didn't want to watch too much, but just looking at this, it looks like they do break up the dialogue quite a bit with good action sequences too.
I remember now.
That almost looks like they use a lot less exposition, a lot more just experiencing the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, what do you guys think of that? Cause and by the way, hi Slayer, I see you over there. Morag, okay, so you say you want to play it possibly very soon, I would say.
I'll probably be playing it tomorrow.
Nice.
If I end up streaming tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
I hope it goes well. That's one of those games where it's like, I want to play it, but I've got other games to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably play that. It's probably one that I should reach out to.
Nah, man, it's just EA Origin, $15. Play it for the month and see if there's anything else on their store that if you want to play it too.
Gotcha. By the way, hey Falcon Slayer, good to see you. Hope it's good because you're afraid it won't live up to the hype. That is true. This has been a heavily hyped game.
Has it? I honestly didn't even see it at all. Like it just kind of snuck up. I don't remember much of the PR push or anything. Social media ads. I haven't really seen anything on it. It just kind of, hey, it's coming out. I've seen a couple articles of like different press sites talking about it, but other than that, I don't know. I haven't really seen hype per se, unless you're like taking at like the reveal of E3. Never mind. Yeah, you're talking about the reveal.
The reveal of E3 and the residual conversation. It left an impact, and people wanted to know more. It's one of the few games that actually entered conversations throughout the last year, just unprompted. So I think this is about the time where you actually are like, we should cut these. And I'm like, now for something completely different. And these are going to be great background conversation pieces for a different topic. Chat, what do you guys think of RPG Maker games as we move on to two tools that came out this month? This first one is RPG Paper Maker. And I know this isn't a game, but it's a game creator. And one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up is it's free. And people love making games with RPG Maker. You will probably see tools from this be made very prominently in the next 2 months.
Jack, have you played Mario Maker before?
RPG Maker or Mario Maker?
Mario Maker.
Yes.
How did you enjoy 90% of the levels you played?
I didn't go into it deep, so I'll give it about a 70% rate of having fun.
Okay, yeah, that was very much a loaded question. Of 90% of the levels you play are pretty much. I don't say this often, but they're trash.
Well, okay, I never played any high skill level, so I played games that felt like original Mario's because I played the lighter difficulties.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
At the lighter difficulties, they're much more consistent.
Okay, my next point is, do you know the meme of, RPG Maker?
Which one? Elaborate. I'm
meaning that when you're going down and you're taking a look at trailers on let's say Steam, and you're just like, oh, this looks like a cool game, and then you start watching the trailer, and then they cut to actually the gameplay, and you're like, oh, it's an RPG Maker game.
Oh, that's not a meme. That's my life every month as I research games.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, like, it's just in general, not meme as in image maker meme. I mean that the point is that is the gut reaction people usually end up going to.
Correct. And that is actually part of the reason I wanted to show this tool, is so that you knew another gut reaction was coming.
That's going to be the next, gut reaction. And you know what? It's cool that it's free. I didn't know it was free. Yeah. But I will say that the one thing, and I don't know, like, I get that they probably want to make it a little bit more expansive and whatnot. I was kind of on board with it for trying to, like, get people to make games and whatnot, until I saw the manage your own database. It's cool. And this is like the one thing that I think Nintendo 100% nailed. They give you the database. They restrict what you use to build, and you make cool stuff.
Okay.
Some of these makers where they allow you to expand and do more stuff, I think that is the thing that makes making games for some people difficult, and, like, I understand that people can use, like, asset stores and whatnot to do their stuff, but it's funny that making a game still consists of art, and that's the part that people end up having problems with, and that's why I think Nintendo has nailed Mario Maker so well, because the art already exists and people can just make stuff.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, and also you can have little fun nuances with the art with some of the tools.
But
there are a few nuances on this I'll talk, but you say your thought, and then I'll say about that, and we'll wrap that.
I was going to say, but because there is the nuance of art, and, the next thing does end up, helping it with that side of it a little bit.
Before we move on, one of the things I love about this maker versus any of the RPG makers, what people don't know is there's the easy suite of doing things without programming, but you can code things in. And in RPG Maker, it's Ruby, which basically a lot of people are like, well, that's a really rough thing to dive into. This one uses JavaScript. And if anyone follows anything regarding languages and such, there's definitely two different communities, and I'm kind of interested in seeing what they're going to do with that, especially since everything is very much flat, non-3D in any way, shape, or form. Going back on the art deal, the next tool, and this is the final tool tonight, is Sprite Stack. Both of these, by the way, going public on the 5th, so yesterday. I have to hit this plus. Wrong one. So, yeah, that's a new one. Exactly, Jay. So, did you watch the entire trailer for this yet, Morag?
Yep.
So the way that you build these graphics is really cool because it's basically Minecraft. And there's a lot of people who do art in Minecraft but don't do art elsewhere.
I really dug the music. The music was, not gonna lie, is the thing that made me say, oh, it's fine. This is good enough.
Yeah. It's, even if it's just for a tool, this is how you make a trailer for something boring.
Yeah. I wish that they showed a little bit more of this at least, but But yeah, it was cool. Being able to like do live shaders on it and whatnot, taking your art and just going with it. I thought that was cool. And I would like to see what people could do with this tool.
See, Jay just nailed what I was going to say. Imagine forgetting about this for games. Think about it for broadcasters. And using this for actual break screens and such.
And you know what? That's cool. Because like I know there's other tools out there that people end up using for scenes and whatnot, like say Second Life, VR chat, even using Minecraft as well too, different scenes in that. Even s0e3 builds 3D scenes in Unity. That's actually what my couple art is built in Unity, and you can end up doing stuff in there too. You even go with oh my goodness. Why can I not remember his name? Oh my goodness, I am terrible. They're going to be staying in my room at TwitchCon. Oh my goodness, terrible. It's the doctor.
Morgan Freeman?
Oh no.
Okay.
Because the streamer that does the see, I think you know, has like the full psychiatric ward style approach to his stream.
Oh, Insane Asylum?
Yes, Insane Asylum.
In-game Asylum, yeah.
In-game Asylum, yeah. In-game Asylum has his whole thing like is built into his scenes are built right into a whole 3D atmosphere. So it will be interesting to see how people will create some nifty stuff with that pixel art, though, to get like that look for them.
And honestly, if you've got the mentality of how to build things in Minecraft, that's the skill set you need to build in there. You literally just place voxels. It's beautiful. So, the next one would be considered, you know, chilling.
I think this was on my shit list.
I could see that.
Let's
see what the chat thinks. Is it on their shit list?
Yeah, is this on your guys' shit list? This is actually a different trailer than I remember watching, unless there's another one that's kind of like this.
There's another one kind of like this, but this is Escape from Chernobyl.
Smell it. Can't see it coming. It's already inside you.
No, this is a different one than I'm thinking of.
This one.
Was there another Russian trailer later?
Yes.
Okay, that's that one. That's on my shit list.
That one's more like a puzzle adventure game.
Yeah. No, this one was fine.
Like this. But it's changing every atom of your body.
I can't help you. You're on your own. Hunt them down.
Chernobyl, especially due to the series, that's really been trending the past few years.
Yeah. Using this type of theming and atmosphere, though.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I'd actually like to see more of this than just zombies.
I agree.
But again, that might be going back to like me wanting to see more of what was the series that just went exclusive? Metro Exodus. Like, I wasn't a big fan of the new one. But yeah.
So, what did you guys think? Was that on your shit list?
No, I took that back. It wasn't on my shit list. I screwed up. That's only two. It's only $2.
Everything but my.
Is it?
Only?
No, it has come back for it.
Did I screw up? And I think I might have looked at
a different.
I did screw up. Wait a second. This trailer is incorrect.
What?
This is Chernobyl Light. What is the Escape from Chernobyl?
Okay.
What's Chernobyl Light then?
That's Chernobyl Light. This game is not on our shit list.
What is this? When's it coming out?
I don't have a clue, but this is high quality comparatively. All right. Hey, chat.
Autumn 2019. Well,
we'll add that to our list.
yeah, I'll add this to the list. I'd like to see more of this later.
Yeah, we'll add it to the list later when it's not filtered.
So anyway, the other one that I was thinking of, The Escape from Chernobyl, which has 4 reviews, came out on the 5th. This is the one I was thinking of.
Hey, Morag, I'm
What?
not gonna give you shit anymore.
But yeah, it's like half puzzle. See this? It was on my shit list. I didn't check the trailer to make sure it was right. Damn it.
It's okay. We're gonna pause. We're gonna check out this. I'm just gonna see if. I'm just curious. Did I fug it up? No, it's a bad link in there. Why the heck did the whatever?
But anyway,
Hey,
I threw the
guys.
actual link in there. I'm showing it right now on my stream. It's like half puzzle type of game. Like if you're into 999 point and click adventure games, it's there. And it was
Okay.
kind of on my shit list because I didn't know how to feel about it. But it's 40% off right now, so I couldn't shit on it too much. It's like $2. You know, go enjoy it. It's a game with one of the most difficult quests which I've ever played. Ooh.
So this, okay? I just wanted to show this because I liked the fact of that, and I'm sorry that it's not full screen, chat. I just like the fact that it was not how it has kind of like the moving stillness.
Yeah, no, the art definitely was like it was on that edge of like, I don't know if it was trying to be a DS game at one point or if that was just what they're doing, or I don't know if it's a filter over top of the video.
I don't know, but whatever it is, I liked it.
Yeah,
it
had
feel.
It had an aesthetic. All 4 reviews are from the devs family friendly. Wow, Siri.
Aww.
Brutal. Ruthless. I never thought that it would be like that. Oh, yeah, even like one of the skills.
I really like the area puzzle type games though, so it's my jam at least.
Yeah, it's my jam too. I'd probably end up using this as just filler type of game, you know.
All right, well, chat, let's see what I messed up next. We'll be checking out not Chernobyl, but Clea. Which this game on their actual on their actual screen, on their Twitch page, or not Twitch, Steam page, it actually says no jump scares, we promise. And that makes me tempted to want to play it.
Kappa. They didn't put a kappa?
Why is it not loading anymore? Is it? There we go.
There you go.
There are so many games, like horror games from Korea.
Mom, Dad, Florin.
It makes me feel like that.
This almost got on my shit list, and then I kept watching. It just has such a just nifty aesthetic to it.
Can't believe they've escaped.
It's the atmosphere building.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
no, almost, Mason. Give it a little bit. Just you just gotta let it sink in, like with everything. And maybe it was like from the research I did from it afterwards to go and see like what is the game about, what is it doing, what's it trying to do, and whatnot. And if I don't know if anyone's played some of like the PSP PSP games. What is it? Corpse Story. Those
Corpse
style
Party?
where it's Corpse Party. Sorry, yeah, Corpse Party. Like that style of storytelling and it just like these horror mystery type of games, you know, and like that's ultimately what this ended up being. It felt like kind of a fan game with a really unique take on the direction of art, and trying to show something a little bit different and new.
and you know what? I'm down for any game that feels like a polished fan game.
Yeah, oh, hands down, and that's definitely what this feels like in some aspects.
Now, and it's funny. Do you know why I love that? Because I love Twitch. One of my favorite conversations with you lately, and we're taking a small abridge for this, or an aside for this, is that you said one of the most beautiful things about Twitch channels is they don't feel fully polished half the time. And that's really what adds a little beauty. And I realized that's really what I'm looking for in half of my indie games. is someone who just says, this is mine. Not all of theirs, it's mine.
Oh,
you know?
Also, I'm definitely not looking at this through nostalgia glasses. I'm taking a look at this from different how do other people see the world? How do other people want to represent what they see in front of them, especially when they want to tell a story? We can't have all games that are filtered with brown and green layers over top of it and say, hey, look, it's outdoors. You know, like this is another take on how to show a horror film, a horror game, a horror story in some aspect. Is it going to be good? I have no idea. I'm purely judging it right now off of the aesthetic that it's giving us right now and how they wish to do it. I haven't really seen anyone try and pull this off. So I am openly surprised by if they could pull it off. Is it going to be good? I have no idea. But I'd be willing to give it the chance, even if they have this really weird repeating texture on this one image that tries to make it look like it's a shrub. You know?
Welcome, Aurora Mist and viewers. Let's see. So my only thing that I've got is I like judging the trailers as trailers. The problem with viewing trailers and judging them is you are judging more the work of the artist than the work of the designer, the game programmer, and the mechanics or anything like that. The only thing you can do is establish the mechanics based off a pattern of what you see them iterating. And in that case, Clea, it's for lack of a better way of saying it, the games that I've seen people stream or play through on that, I've appreciated the thought that went into the writing or the approach. So that's really going to be what holds that game together or not, is the writing. More so than the gameplay. Because, I mean, that's really they admit there's no jump scares in a horror game. They've got to have a hook stronger than that.
Yeah. And from and this is why I actually really, or like when we do look for trailers and whatnot, we try and look for stuff that has actual gameplay elements in it, because I definitely don't want to judge it based off of art most of the time. But like, with this here, we get to see a little bit of the UI, you know, with how inventory management works. So it's limited spots, so I see it more of like a point and click adventure with a heavy narrative basis on it.
Now, one last thing to say about just the style of that game and such. I might jump on it even if it doesn't have jump scares. Yeah. It's
probably going to be more thrilling than jump.
Yeah, we'll find out.
So they're going to try and be on the edge of not psychological, but just kind of half gruesome, but not gruesome.
I don't know. The fact that you can play different characters implies that something happens to people. Dynamically changing and shifting the direction of the narrative is something I'm appreciative of. Now,
do you know Corpse Story then? Have you played them?
I have seen Retro play some of it.
Yeah.
So
I know Retro's played some of those kind of those horror stories that are horror novels, I guess. Anyway.
I will. Yeah. He's the one I watch play him. So and I still scream at my computer. You want to know a game that doesn't have a narrative, by the way?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. There is a narrative.
Oh,
Kill
really?
everything. Kill all infections.
Let's check out Dr. Mario World.
Dr. Mario World, yes. Half puzzle, half new take on Dr. Mario.
They added RPG elements. Yeah. You can level up your doctor, and your doctors have different special abilities.
I just saw a nurse outfit.
Yep, that's Dr. Peach.
Dr. Peach. Looking forward to Dr. Peach being added to Smash Bros. As the last official character.
Whoops, wrong button. So
quick, easy, dirty game though, or announcement for that one.
Yeah, that one was quick and easy. They do the Nintendo treatment. Here's a 6-minute announcement trailer for multiplayer explaining everything. Here's a 6-minute talking about the story mode, how it works on mobile. Like, they have an entire series they're trying to pitch for that game.
How many hours before fan art of Dr. Peach? It already exists. I've searched it thoroughly. Dr. Bowsette, I'm gonna have to go look that one up later though.
For research, right?
For research purposes, yes.
For research, you need to know.
I need to know.
Does it exist? Has someone have the same mind as us talking about right now?
Control Shift N, baby. Control Shift N.
Yeah, your ISP still knows you're watching that.
I know.
This is where we're gonna go to a sponsor. No, I do not have a VPN sponsor. I'm sorry.
No,
but half the YouTube people I watch do. Holy shit, do they push VPNs hard?
Let me tell you though. Oh, you want to go on an aside on that one? Can I tell you it was nice to see Xfinity finally give back to the Twitch community, as I saw like 10 sponsorships go simultaneously in a day. So
Fair.
now, do you know what? That's the smartest sponsorship ever, because you're not supposed to speak poorly about the people who pay your bills. Chad, if you could be sponsored by any company, we're not even asking if you're a broadcaster, just in life because you love their products, who would you be sponsored by? Personally, everyone knows I'd be Diet Dr. Pepper. Personally, I want to hear your chats while we look at the next game, which surprised me. It was shitless till I looked at it more.
I'm not gonna lie. I started watching. I'm like, this is shit list, and then I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, it took 30 seconds for me to change 180.
Yeah,
so
like
this is Soul Seraph.
Like Clea was kind of shit list, and I'm like, okay, this is shit list. I'm like, no, it's not.
Tesla, well played, Orphan.
Pepsi and chocolate. I don't know if I'd want to be sponsored by like food or drink.
I don't.
I want to be sponsored by an electricity company.
I wonder what you would do with a water company. So.
And before it's Nestle.
Do you know what this game reminds me of? ActRaiser.
That's the portion. Wait for it, chat. Wait for it. Just wait. You gotta let it play out here a little bit first. And here it is. This is the part where I was like, wait a second.
It's tower defense.
I'm pretty sure it's it's a poll on ActRaiser though. I was trying to look around and look for information on if it was inspired by ActRaiser or not, but I couldn't. I didn't look too hard, but I couldn't find anything at face value of what they were inspired by. But
and it's a Sega game from Ace Team of Sega.
Who was ActRaiser?
Huh?
Who published ActRaiser?
Let me pull this out of my Google and pretend I knew it all along.
I'm looking. It's Square Enix?
Yeah, that makes.
It was sorry. It was Enix that did it. So Square Enix owns the publishing now for it. But Quintet did what else? Probably
Pilot Corporation, Pacific Pilot, Namiki.
Oh, they're the ones that made all of the Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, Terranigma games.
Yes, that I did know that they were in the same group,
and they helped the original Shenmue.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Kind of just all flows in. And their last game, Inuyasha, The Secret of the Cursed Mask. I can't tell if they're still alive or not. It's not been active since 2000s. They're now defunct.
Oh, that's a shame. So this game, as I understand, is a sequel to the original, but it doesn't have a number 2 or anything on it. So
it's weird because the original came out of drama.
For this
the game
one?
that came out of drama, yeah,
Tiny Metal.
Tiny Metal came from drama, if I remember correctly. What Kickstarter? They asked for money, then they made Tiny Metal to get money to finish the game off. What was it? But then they made a sequel, so I'm just like, I'm gonna look that up while we play this trailer, though.
No problem. This is Tiny Metal Full Metal Rumble. And it will be available on PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch.
The Project Phoenix.
Oh, that's what
Project
it was about.
Phoenix. Project Phoenix never got finished. Yeah, the Final Fantasy RTS.
Bloody conflicts over the cursed lost tech artifacts. And now, a new battleground awaits. Adventure freely as the fires of war expand to new areas. New missions, difficulties, and numerous challenges await.
March 25th, gearing up for Project Phoenix.
Unlock new units.
That was their last
The white
update.
fangs to
Oh, because this is one that I backed and I've been waiting.
Revive
But
the
yeah,
ancient bloodline.
but good to know they're still working on Tiny Metal.
Lead the future of the human race. All units. Battle
Don't get me
stations.
wrong, it's a sweet looking game though.
It's this is the first time I actually watched the full trailer.
Metal Rumble.
That looked fun.
Awaken the warrior.
Did they
in
actually show gameplay in there at all?
Yeah, a little
Barely,
bit.
little itsy bitsy tiny bit.
Yeah, well, like the combat gameplay, which is what you
Yeah.
expect from an Advance Wars like game. It's units attacking units.
Yeah, Advanced
So-
Warriors ish. 4 days coming out. Developer Area 35, publisher Area 34. That's too funny.
The 36 is where Project Phoenix is coming from. So
Wow, Jack. Jeez.
I know that's okay.
Dig a little bit more on that one. Just rub that into people's wounds. But yeah, it's an Advanced Wars game.
It is.
Yeah.
So this next game, I always love when people do platformers that are well animated. I wonder how their level design is. Eagle Island.
This was almost on my shit list too.
It's amazing how many were almost shit listed.
Almost shit list, yeah. But it was like, oh wait a second. You know, this is a little bit more. It was that opening intro screen was just like, okay, no. And then I was like, oh, okay. I see some art. I see the joy.
I'll be honest,
I see their love.
look at the character design of the creatures and think Mega Man-esque. When you, in some of the earlier ways where they were moving patterns, it reminded me of it.
I'm not getting that.
When they had multiple different ones moving in simplistic patterns, it gave me the mentality of Mega Man design. Because one of the most beautiful things about Mega Man is that their AI protocols is almost always A, B, idle. There is always a step A, a step B, and an idle at max. And when I was looking at the way that they designed their creatures, and not only that, creature placement, it felt that way in terms of level design. That's all I was saying.
I can see that for sure. And there's a demo for that too, if you want to go check it out before it actually comes out on the 11th.
Ooh,
If you're
nice.
interested. So that's on Switch and PC for that as well.
I also want to give them one of the best developer names that I like to say, Pickle Nix. Or Pixel Nix. Pixel Nix.
Pixel Nix.
I just kind of like it.
Also, that's their first game too.
Oh.
Screenwave Media Publishing did Angry Video Game Nerd the Game
Ooh.
as well.
Nice.
So I wonder how that ties into them then. I wonder how that happened. Freak Zone Games did a couple others. Interesting. Yeah, no, I probably want to know a little bit more information about that.
So, as a person who's an advocate, how many people out there love their grand strategy games? Because I found a trailer to explain Field of Glory Empires in a mere 2 minutes. And I'm pretty happy they put that out. Here it is, aforementioned Guild of Flory Pem Ayers. Nah, it's Field of Glory Empires. I'm hamming it up, Morag, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. No, do you?
I don't
Ham
know.
it.
That just
Ham
felt,
it.
that felt
take the
like
ham.
that was not ham, that was pig. I should not go full pig.
Well, let's throw it on the fire and
bacon.
cook it up.
Bacon.
I want the pork chops. Good old pork tenderloin too.
Alexander the Great. You can lead one of over 70 playable factions.
All right,
Pig roast.
trailer
Each faction
feedback.
has its own set of
If you're gonna
natural
voice
traits
your
and
own trailer,
modifiers, allowing you to find a
don't feel
strategy
like you're
that
aggressively
best fits
screaming
your
at one
playstyle.
person.
In Empire,
But Jack,
wise
we need to go and
management
make
of
sure that we
your
have the
regions is
best show
crucial
all
to
the time.
survival.
If
The
not,
construction tree is not
we're gonna
necessarily
have
linear,
the biggest
and the
problems
armor you think
all the
is safe
time.
to delay cannot be
Oh no,
instantly
what you
created
just
in
said
the
was
crisis.
fine because you had
And remember
deceleration
to
at the end
look
of the
at your
lines.
subjects. Citizens
Oh,
and
fair.
slaves alike have their
Morag,
own
let me
cultural
tell you
identity.
about everything that
Failing
needs
to
to happen
properly
because
address
the
your
things that
demands
will
will
happen are
quickly lead to
important,
progress.
and then the
Naturally,
research will
empires
naturally
don't
do
survive on
amazing
goodwill
things.
alone. You'll have to learn how to raise specialized armies and discover the perfect combination.
Like, now he's
of
doing
over
it.
Maybe it's
600
over-enunciation.
models.
Yes.
I feel like it's not that bad.
No, it's not. It's deceleration at the end of the lines.
Custom nationalities. As an additional feature,
he's doing a lot better now at this point.
Export and play your battles
so definitely like versus what I heard at the beginning.
And then load the results back into the game.
I love how they're dancing instead of fighting.
Offers you direct control over the battles.
That was the drunken night dance.
Look at him dance.
Okay, I want a gif of just them battling each other like that. Honestly, you could get away with doing something like that on the stream for like a fun UI.
Just two creatures dancing and one dies from it.
No, I guess that's more so that art style where like it's just kind of like the back and forth where it's just like a couple moving parts and they're kind of moving up and down and like the moves a little bit.
That said,
but they found a way to pull it off in 3D.
That said, this game looks fun.
A great leader will you leave your mark on history, and your empire will stand the test of time.
I mean, I love me a grand strategy. I have no shame in saying Total War.
I know
Three
some
Kingdoms
people that would enjoy that game. I know some people that would enjoy that heavily.
All right. I've got to take a moment to acknowledge this one, Morag. Jizzbuck, thank you for 2 years of support. You got the 24 and you're badass, man.
Cups up.
So, what happened to my alert? Weird. All right, thank you.
It died with Captain Cat.
Oh, are you still mad I forced that one onto the stream because you got to look at dead jellyfish fish?
Yes.
Okay, I respect it. But we got to see a cat emote.
Jack, can I get some cat emotes? I just want to see some cats. Jack wants to see some cats.
Please, I just want cats.
Any cats.
I want all the cats.
We just want any cats possible. Let's see
any
some kitties.
Cats, the best cats, all the cats.
See, cat. That's all you had to do. You just had to say, "Hey, what's the cutest animal around?"
Returning
that has
subscriber.
a tail, fuzzy ears, and purrs. That's it. You get your kitties. See all them kitties, beautiful kitties. You didn't have to force a fish game on us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, all right.
Man, all those bro emotes too. Oh man, bro has so many cool little emotes now.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, there's that buff cat again. Oh man.
All right. I get it. I get it. You know what? Here's some horrible pets for us. Dr. Lupo and his horrible pets is the name of the next game. It's the narrative trailer.
Professor.
Professor Lupo.
Not to do with the streamer.
Oh, that's
I'm not one of your
yeah.
pets, Professor.
Of course you're one of my pets.
This was almost shit list. But again, I think a lot of my shit list is like
I thought he was just
low frame rate animations
Mm-hmm.
hurt me sometimes.
That's the thing. I have learned in my life that some of my favorite games literally aren't even animated.
There are nobler acts
Yeah.
than wanting
No,
to save your skin and return home.
It's weird that like how like that middle ground works for me between not animated and then there's low frame rate animations.
Gotcha.
It's weird. And like I've always had to, and like definitely like over the years I've had to find ways to look past it. Because I think that's just personal flavor, you know. But I think this has some really cool mechanics in it because it's a nifty puzzle game too as well.
Professor Lupo and his horrible pets.
It's a puzzle game, and I'm kind of want to go check it out. And it has a demo too as well.
I like this job.
Not only that, it's a puzzle game where you get an actual like character perspective throughout the puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was like one thing that I actually enjoyed about Ghost and on Epic is that you got to feel that not shout out to the games that you helped make,
Well,
but
yeah, I mean,
they were excellent in how characters still talked while the combat was happening and whatnot.
Well, I mean, the big thing I'll say there is on Epic and Ghost, we're not known for their animation quality. We're not going to bullshit around that fact.
They were one of the first games that made me rethink that.
Yeah.
Definitely made me rethink it.
I mean, the thing is to remember, he made the entire engine. He didn't use anything to build that, and he made a damn good game with that. Even if the legs swiveled and wiggled,
And that's what I'm saying. Like it made me overlook it, and that's why now I have to still like stop myself being like, no, bad. It could still be a great game.
Here's the thing I love exploring the shitty games, because you never know when you find something that no one else will appreciate. One day someone said that about an ASCII game. Look at Dwarf Fortress now.
ASCII games. I know as soon as like I hear about ASCII games, I automatically think of Dwarf Fortress, hands down.
Yeah,
instantaneously.
I mean, anyone here know what a mud is? That's where I met my wife. It was text.
Space Station 13 is another good example too, as well, of a low frame rate style game that's multiplayer that has a shit ton you can do in it. Is it Space Station 13?
By the way, I had downloaded it. I haven't had a chance to play it.
Yeah, Space Station 13, that is it. You know, it's a pretty damn basic looking game. But there is so much you can. It is unreal what you can do in this game.
Kind of like Rimworld.
I think they're. Yeah. I'd say this. I don't know. I'd say this has a different aspect because of the multiplayer murder mystery type of stuff that it can do.
So,
yeah.
Let's dive into the next game, which should, in theory, have fantastic animation. I loved the original one. I'm looking forward to this one.
I didn't play the original, but I'm gonna play the new one. It makes me sad it's not coming out for PC right away, to the best of my knowledge. They haven't announced it, but Switch and PS4. And this is multiplayer too as well. So I'll probably play it on PS4. I know Tenchi got like super early access to it too as well. He's been playing a crap load of it, yeah.
Damn. We always wait. Well, to be honest, waiting for Square Enix, and if I remember, this is one of the longer videos in the queue because I figured it deserved it. This...
Oh, he's playing the first one. Ignore me. Ignore me. I thought he was playing the second one.
Oh. That said...
Fully ignore me then. I'm sorry. Thank you, Zephyr.
One of the things that I liked about the first one is it found a way of incorporating lore in a game that didn't care about the lore. One of the first things that they say to you is, you are not the hero, you are a builder. And then throughout the game, all you did was build. You don't even level in the first one. You level the city.
Like, I love how they're smashing with the music. It's beautiful.
That's good trailer work. Like, if there's one thing that I have to say about Call of Duty is whether I respect them or not, they always do their guns along with the music.
Yep. If I remember correctly, too, the first game was episode based. I don't know if the second one is. I haven't looked at because this is it's already been out in Japan for a while. But yeah, the first game was episode based, so you had to go from one map to the next to the next.
Correct.
Hitting up all the achievements in that area.
Correct. That said, July 12th, right around the corner.
Oh, $80 Canadian game.
Yeah, it's a full price. Just remember, you can get the stackable slime DLC on day one. That means it's more than 80 DLC if you don't get it like that.
If you are buying it through Switch, it's you can use a voucher to buy it too as well. Digital vouchers through Nintendo, they're going to be disappearing in about a week. If you have them, you hold on to it, so you're fine. But you can get vouchers for you basically get 2 games for like 20% off each. So you get 1 game for 40% off. So go buy vouchers because they're disappearing soon.
Gotcha.
And then you have 1 year to use them, and there's a crap load of games that you can buy them. Again, this is Canadian pricing. $80 Canadian pricing. This is Canadian pricing that you're looking at right now.
So, either way, I'll wait for the game to get cheaper. I'll wait for it to get on a sale. That's my personal deal because it's a fantastic game, but doesn't have to be a day one purchase for me. I think I'm on the last area, and it's my casual go-to game when I'm chilling with the family.
For which game?
Builders one.
Oh, Builders one. Yeah, I might end up checking that out this week, maybe before 2 comes out.
Not a bad idea. I will say this much: it is. I'll say my thoughts on that off air. I'm not saying negative things. I just I don't want to say anything.
On the first game?
On the first game, yeah.
Oh, well, the first game I know has its quirks.
Yeah, no, the only thing I gotta say for it is I was going into it expecting an RPG experience, and they definitely went a different RPG direction.
Fair enough.
Well, no,
I think that's the one.
I am a sucker for character progression, and that game has 0 levels on your character.
There's a season's pass for Dragon Quest Builders 2. And there's going to be day 1 DLC. Nope, there's no day 1. Nope, no day 1 DLC. I lied.
Well, no, the day 1 DLC you get for free if you pre-order.
No, they have a list of DLC already with dates. 26th, August 2nd, August 9th.
Gotcha.
So they already know what DLC they're putting out.
Well, the next one.
Welcome to Canadian pricing, chat.
Yeah, mother lover.
This is why I don't play a lot of Nintendo games. And Nintendo Canada. Damn you.
So
I'm just pointing the finger.
More cat emotes. Going back on this, the next game, I've heard rumbles between broadcasters looking forward to this one.
I want to know more about this. I tried looking into it a little bit more too, past what you had, and I couldn't find much. And I think they're trying to keep it in the dark.
Yes.
On purpose?
I may have accidentally had a conversation with one of the developers about this game. Not realizing it's the developer of this game at TwitchCon.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we just sat next to each other at a restaurant. And the guy leaned over and said, "Hey, you're wearing a Twitch shirt. And it says your partner." And I'm like, "Yeah." And they just said, "I want to pitch my game to you." And they did. And my thought was, that sounds fascinating. What's the name? And they said, I said it 4 times. I'm like, oh, okay. Quirky. Nice way to PR that. And then they turned around and the one thing that made me remember is I think the main character is the same name as mine. So we'll see. This is Break the Game. Help.
There is not a lot of info about this out there at all. And they were releasing information about the game through riddles as well, too, from the research I could end up finding.
Yes. The amount of information that I have been told, I don't want to share it publicly because I said on kind of like a polite way, I wouldn't say some of the private stuff public. But my impression, I feel like I could share. And the impression I got from that is it's got layers like Doki Doki Literature Club layers.
That's the way I felt that it's coming off as. So that's why I'm kind of like interested in this to figure out what's going on.
It's legit something I'm looking forward to watching, and I don't know if it's a horror game or not, and I'm kind of wondering if I should play it or not. So what do you all think about trailers that give nothing and everything all at the same time? Chat, I'm asking you. Not the person in front, the person in back. You.
I don't get how it's gonna end up working. Like, I'll probably give it a couple hours. But...
For now, I'm gonna give it the Matrix ticket. Don't tell anybody about it. You gotta experience it for yourself, and we'll see if it's worth it. If it's worth that ticket or if it oversells. You know what I mean?
Interesting. The game itself was going to be episodic at one point.
Oh, if there's anything that's enticing and like mysterious like they put on there, oh, that would have been a wonderfully like piss off but wonderful idea from a design standpoint. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Let's move on, because they really didn't give us much to chew.
No, they didn't.
This one, I just like the art.
Yep.
Summer Catchers.
This was also kind of on my semi-shit list, and I'm just like, yeah, no, it's good still. Why not?
Oh, that's right. The music was also jivey, like the way that they approached it. I always love a good ambiance twang, you know?
I wanted to love One Shot, but it's definitely not a stream game. If I play it again, I won't stream it.
One Shot? How far did you get?
Yeah. One playthrough.
Gotcha.
And then it was spoiled.
I'm sorry.
And then I got so angry.
One Shot was one of the games that my community flat out came out of nowhere to watch.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is just a really cool looking, with some unique mechanics, auto runner.
I thought that too, but the reality of it is I've played a few games that were more about journey, like journeying and such, like Lone Sails.
Mm-hmm.
And since I played that game, I've been way more open-minded to games like that, like what was it, Grease, GRIS, things like that, which are short, like storytelling visual experiences.
Yeah, it's definitely was, and that was where then taking a look, as I had to play through the trailer a second time just to take a look at it. I'm just like,
it's
no, there's something more to this, so it's good to know that you felt the same too.
Yeah, it's like from the moment that she coughs and the character looks around to the way that a few of them feel like she's interacting with the enemies more than actually fighting them. It made me wonder. So, that said,
this was originally a greenlit game too, as well. Now that feature's used much anymore, but yeah, it was originally greenlit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So they've been in development for a while too, and it shows. Like you can see some of the care that's gone into some of the stuff in the game already.
The lighting engine is what's impressing me the most in that one. As weird as it sounds, a lot of those graphics are hyper detailed because of that. So the next game is one that caught my eye immediately, and it's not because it looks like it's a good game.
Wait. You're missing something.
What did I fail?
No, you didn't fail anything.
I want to fail
nothing.
nothing.
On to our next category.
Are we done with the... Oh my God.
We're done with full releases.
That is full releases.
Summer Catches. Oh, we snuck in a 16th into there. Ooh.
What?
Summer Catches was a 16th release.
Yeah, it was. Ah, shit. I failed. Hey,
that's
everybody.
Next month. That's next week.
Month.
It's all
that's
good.
Fine. It's all good.
That's our next show. But anyway, maybe we'll come back to it and we'll see it and see if it how well it ends up doing.
Yep, we will now be competitive world record challenging Summer Catchers streamers, speedrunners.
Yeah. Actually, Click Raid, the next game, this is entering early access. So it's coming out early access. It has actually on the 7th, 5th, yesterday. Just went into early access yesterday, and it's definitely a game that I want to take a look at more.
So I don't know if it's a good game or not, but it has a concept I haven't heard of yet, and I wish I could think of a way to make it work. And they did.
You haven't? This is mobile game, but like
I have never seen a legitimate incremental. Here, I'm doing it. A legitimate incremental multiplayer game. So, like, I'm hero clickers. I love that shit. Other incremental games, I get that. It's fun. But when you make it a multiplayer thing, I'm like, I wish I could find a concept where a multiplayer incremental game worked. And I'm not showing it because I'm on the wrong scene.
No!
That's okay, they see it now. But yeah, it's an incremental game that's multiplayer. And I think that's cool.
So it's interesting that you go and say like an incremental player play with multiplayers, right? And like my mind automatically goes to raiding in an MMO.
Yeah.
Because this is just an extremely slimmed down version of running through dungeons and big bosses.
Mm-hmm.
In a good way. You know, it's really taking the essence of it and trying to use it in a different way. You know, can you actually play MMOs and whatnot in a somewhat automatic fashion with friends and whatnot and still feel that you are pushing forward, advancing? And that's where like the incremental side of it, I think, pops into it, is like being able to play a dungeon, watching your stuff happen with other players, and being able to manage your own stuff at the same time, I think would be fantastic.
So
imagine playing like Path of Exile with friends and being able to actively just boost your stats right away and change your gear right away as shit's happening.
As it's just not, I mean, and I'm really liking this a lot more on a personal level because I've been playing auto battlers lately.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I like auto battlers is it's all of the strategy and fun of RTS without the R.
Yes, that's another thing. Like I've been waiting for games to get more to the management side of it with the really cool visuals. Whereas right now, even with a lot of mobile auto games, is that there's just a lot of nasty, over complicated micromanaging.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be that next evolution of the series that's taking that away.
I mean, I'm not thinking, I mean, I'm not going to call that game the evolution of a genre, but I am going to say
it's a step in another direction.
It is a step I have been craving for a very long time.
92%
if that makes
right
sense. Now. Damn, 92%. I'll look forward to that one. Do you know what I would love? Is if it has a semblance of ability for us to use it as a break screen for our communities.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that. Actually, it's funny, like when we were talking about how like the NPCs were dancing each other and battling, I was just like, man, if someone could create an overlay like that for a break screen and that people could do it. And it's like, you know, you end up having like the bit war type of stuff. I've seen that exist. Some people have done the commentating and whatnot, but finding a way to have something that people have a little more ownership in during breaks and whatnot could be fun.
Yeah,
but it's tough to try and do it with that. But keeping in mind too, finding a way to make it Twitch interactive.
We'll talk off screen. Like I have been openly talking to my community about it, and we mentioned it a little bit, but now we're building it to the point of allowing other people to possibly have access to it. So might be fun to talk to you about that off air, and then maybe you could talk about it on air. That said, the next one, this one strikes a memory. I can't remember why. I think I just saw a lot of emails about this one.
This almost got on my shit list, and then I was like, no, let's see some more of it. This also entering early access too as well.
Can I just say, there's been a lot of stuff almost on your shit list lately.
Oh, I use shit lists.
The question I ask is it because the quality of games seem a little bit rough as a first impression, or are the trailers sucking for the first 10 seconds?
It's the trailers suck for the first 10 seconds. Something that just does not grab right away.
Yeah.
Something that just does a really bad job of saying what they are within that first 10 seconds.
So an interesting note is I've been doing trailers for a long time. This trend of what you're talking about has really started in May leading up to now. Before May, it was your gotcha moments off the bat. It was your like almost Inception horn screaming for the first 3 seconds trend. Either way, here's Godhood, their first gameplay teaser, and we'll be checking it out.
It doesn't help that it's a pretty messy art style too as well, and
I
don't know.
It's cell shading without the edges, and that's a problem.
I wouldn't call it a problem. It's just a weird mixture of art styles.
Yeah, the reason why cell shading works so beautifully is because the hard lines on the outside allows contrast between two art styles. In this one, without the edging on the smooth versus generic tile sets, you have a very two art style, one screen experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, I'm just taking my game design knowledge on that one.
Yeah.
That said,
the one thing that actually made me step back a little bit to be like, okay, no, there's a little bit more, was the nuance of watching the people walking through their camp and seeing active paths, like just little things like that. And then I don't know, like there's just a whole bunch of other little things like that just show that there was some attention to detail. For me, at least. Attention to detail is important.
Emails that were pitching it to me suggested that they wanted to have a new iteration of Populous. And I'll be honest, Populous has a very dear spot in my heart because it started the God genre.
You know, there's all I'm thinking is Peter Molyneux right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm talking about Populous, not its creator.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I don't know if that's a streamable game at all unless they do some interesting Twitch integration, like naming the villagers. Like if they did that, that would be almost an instant in for me because I want to see what type of shit I can do when I have like, you know, s0e3 the cannibal trying to talk to Milk Jugs the priest. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the God genre? And I mean the eternal being.
It's not especially, no. I find that it's more so just more micromanaging the game.
I could see that. Even if you could spread your religion of the cat.
Yeah, no.
Cats shouldn't be micromanaged.
Because it would end up being, but cats can't be micromanaged. You know, you can't hurt a cat. But ducks.
Oh, yeah, ducks. You can micromanage the hell out of ducks.
You can micromanage ducks.
So
they will shit all over your lawn. I'll make sure the Canadian geese come on over.
Well played.
But anyway, the game itself though felt like it had like 3 distinct different flavors of gameplay too. That was nice.
That's why I've heard of it. This is a Terminals game. They've been pitching it for a while. That's why. Anyway, entering in early access on the 10th, finally.
Been in development for 3 years.
So the next game is the newest game from Clay Entertainment called Grifflins.
Entering.
And it will be entering early access on...
Or alpha. Alpha. Quote unquote alpha.
Alpha is early access. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't...
Epic.
The only people I would trust to say alpha versus beta is Clay because they've done it beautifully 3 times now.
I'm just going off of what their pitch on the Epic Store is saying right now, and to the fact that Epic Store doesn't have official early access stuff. I know Satisfactory has early access in their title, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with theirs if they put a key phrase in their thing. Because right now the store does not have a difference. Like it doesn't tell you like right away.
Starting up the trailer as we continue our chat. Got anything to say about Zephyr? I want to hear you say it.
You're breathtaking?
Yeah, say it,
No,
Keanu.
you're breathtaking. You're breathtaking.
So, I'm interested to see where this game is going. Only because of the fact that I don't know how Clay is going to do with this, and I enjoy card games.
Like, Spire came out of the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And did great things. Especially for the genre. And Clay's now coming in with their own unique art style, too, as well.
Okay, I wouldn't say unique. It's Clay's art style though, and they're running with it. And we'll see if they're able to do something else with the genre on top of it.
I'm wondering how much of this is repetitious or an actual like progressive storyline. Because like all of those little clips they showed at the end implied a full story experience. But now they're doing an alpha, so it makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll know more about that when it hits its alpha, early access, pre-release, 1-year Epic exclusive as it enters early access.
From what it looks like, they say in alpha you play as Sal. So I imagine there's going to be different characters that end up popping up during the series, and they'll probably end up making patches announcing and showcasing new characters as well too.
You know,
and this is probably going to go in the direction they might be calling it an alpha. They might be calling it that way because the one type of dev style that I enjoy is if they have a solid game right out the get-go and they make incremental patches that just keep adding more to the game.
So what
kind
you're
of like what
saying
Necrodancer
is
did.
Kind of like Clay.
Yeah, and Clay's been doing that. Like every game that they do put out, regardless if they say it's an alpha, early access, whatnot, it's a full game from the get-go, and they're just not happy with where it is, and they just keep adding more to it.
That and to be sincere, there have been some patches they literally step back on some of their core decisions. So it's that right there feels alpha. That is where you're like, okay, that feels right. That's Griftlands going into early access on July 11th. It is an Epic Store exclusive for 1 year. My thought is a Epic Store exclusive for 1 year starting with their alpha. Wouldn't it be amazing if they just decide we're in early access for 1 year and they release the game as full on Steam in a year?
I imagine that if anything, it'll probably launch into early access on Steam, and then they'll probably work on another 6 months, and then they'll release it.
Which allows them to get the 1-2 punch for the release style.
Yep.
The next one is our first VR experience. Entering early access on what seems to be July 11th is Ninja Legend from Coin Flip Studios.
You are the last of an ancient order to protect a sacred power.
Morag, you're the last one.
No, you're the last one.
An unthinkable evil is coming.
I'm the one in the samurai.
Oh my goodness, this is not the trailer I remember seeing.
Don't worry about it. It doesn't always have to be beautiful.
You need to be well armed. There will be enemies that will
No, it's their art style, but it just reminds me of a really souped up PS1 game. Like I'm fighting like Final Fantasy VII Cloud. Lots of ninjas.
This is the type of game I wanted VR to have on day one, though.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Wii Sports Resort Ninja Edition.
I'm so immersed. I'm glad I bought this $800 headset.
Hey, you know what though? Wii Sports Resort, the swordplay was the best game on there, bar none. Sorry, Wii Sports Resort 2.
Oh. I didn't actually play the second one very much, actually, at all.
The second one had the swordplay was fantastic. It's the one that you remember how you had the little attachment on the bottom of the Wiimote that they added? All of them were built around that. Yeah, the Wiimote Plus. Yeah. All of them were built around that with much better accuracy. So the second one was fantastic.
Yeah. So that's going into early access July 11th. Sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah. Speaking of early access, the final game entering early access on the 12th is Earth X.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think I completely glossed over the name of this game, and I just moved on to the next. And I'm just like, wait a second, did I even see the trailer for this? I don't even remember. And then like just looking here, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't remember seeing this. But I was ready to just say, no, it's fine.
So,
just because it was a space game. I'm like, space games can't be bad.
But it's not a space game. That's what caught me off guard. It's a management game.
It shows space.
I know.
It's just like No Man's Sky.
It's more adjustable to a grand strategy plus Kerbal Space Station.
Space Station?
Or Kerbal, you know what I mean. I haven't played it. But the idea is you kind of do resources and building around your planet to improve your resources so you can make a rocket empire, is what I get the impression of when I researched it. So I thought it was interesting, you know?
They're going with strategy indie, done by 2 unique developers. Their first game being published by another completely different company, so they might be self-published too as well.
I'm down with a small group passion project, you know?
No, hands down. Like when they list them their names as developers, like that to me right away goes to show they don't want to hide behind a company, which is nice.
Yeah.
Not that saying hiding behind a company is a bad thing. That's not. I'm just showing that it shows that they are it.
Yeah. The reading that I did on it, and it was light, is if you were Elon Musk, what would you do? Is kind of the feel of that game for his SpaceX or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The next game we're going to be looking at is not entering early access. We're to the next group, which is exiting early access.
They go full release.
Yep, and this game is kind of a mod, but not. It's built on the Legend of Grimrock engine. Enter Dungeon of Dragon Knight.
This had me interested in wanting to play it, especially knowing that it's coming out of an early access.
Content indeed, reboot. Hey, Morag. Do I have to make sure I never swear, because they're watching with toddlers and I don't want them to. Never mind.
It's okay, don't worry. The toddlers might be in bed at this point anyway.
Respect. So, I mean, it's a lot of personal skins. That said, if it's a well-made dungeon, I'm always down with that.
Mm-hmm. My question is it an asset flip game? No, that's not a question. It's fine.
I mean, it is theoretically an asset flip game if you look at the fact they're using a lot of custom things and Grimrock things. But that said, it doesn't look like it's a bullshit version of one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, hands down. And the cool thing is like that. I think if I remember correctly, they were touting people being able to make their own stuff too out of it. I know that people are able to make stuff in Grimrock too as well. But yeah, no, it was kind of interesting. But it's cool to go and see just like another take on it, and seeing what else can be done with the genre.
Gotcha.
The dungeon crawling genre.
So made by Hex Game Studio, they are exiting early access, self-published, on the 10th of July. Now,
and I think you can actually also get a hard copy version of this too as well.
Oh, really?
I was trying to do some reading into it about like an actual handbook. So if you actually want to see it, I did very light reading on it. It sounded like you could get a hard version of stuff with it.
All right. Anyway, it's released. All of these for a good while have been released on PC only. I just looked at that. You can go check it out.
40% off until release date. So if you enjoyed that, go buy it for like $7.50, I think, US.
Yeah, that's one thing I will have to say. A lot of these games are probably at the tail end of the Steam sale for pre-purchase. Dang. It almost makes me want to do a version of this show for sales. You know what I mean, Morag?
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, let's see what sales we can find.
I think this is the first Steam sale that I didn't do one just for sales.
Nah.
I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, normally I'd spend like 6 hours just going through all the different stuff that goes on sale.
You know what, though? The
interface. First year I didn't.
The interface is much less user-friendly for that style of research I found this time, because they did the revamp, and it's much more in-your-face art and less organized data.
Yeah. SteamDB, though.
Yeah,
That's where I get all that usually end up going.
Good point. So, going on to the next one. I thought this was this is exiting early access.
Oh wait, no, my bad. Sorry, forgot one more.
No, it's all good.
Exit.
So this is also porting to Nintendo Switch, which means they couldn't be on early release. But a game that has been in early access for gotta be 2 years now, I think.
Not just Switch. This is going across, I think, almost all consoles.
I think it's already on the other consoles. Switch is the release now. I may be incorrect. You do the proper research if you want.
I'll go double check right now.
Well, here, what matters is it's pretty much on all consoles. It's a roguelike multiplayer game published by TinyBuild and created and developed by a single individual, Matt Dabrowski. We're going to take another look at Streaks of Rogue. The classes in this game are ridiculous, by the way. Morag, do you want to be a bear?
I'm already a bear to some people.
Oh shit, Morag. So, this is a fun time multiplayer, I will say that. That's the giant monkey. So you have not played this or really seen this, right?
Nope.
What's your knee-jerk feel?
It looks like it could be interesting, but I don't know if it would keep my attention span at first glance.
It's a good first-time experience, that's for sure.
It has that logo in the bottom left-hand or right-hand corner, and I just don't know how I feel about it.
Oh, TinyBuild?
I just don't know, man. I just don't know about TinyBuild.
Oh, okay. I'm an advocate for TinyBuild.
I like them, but then there's some stuff I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Feels a little grabby sometimes, and I don't know if it's a dev thing or a publisher thing. I don't know. Cough. Graveyard Keeper. Cough.
All right, Graveyard Keeper. All right, are we gonna go down the lazy bear road?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, still lazy build. It's still tiny build.
Let me give my opinion in a different question. Other than, and I'm going to call out that company because we know you don't have the best.
I didn't mean to say lazy build. I did not mean to say lazy
bear.
Build.
But I mean, outside of that, are there other tiny build games that you were a little iffy on outside of ones from that company?
Let's go back 7 years.
Okay.
How many times did we end up seeing like Saving the World, whatever their first game was that really got them launch boarded into this place?
Oh. Okay.
Like they always came from a place where just something always felt off with them. That
Gotcha.
To me at least. They always felt super off to me.
Judging them from the past 2 years, I've always appreciated what they provided. I've considered them above the 50%.
I'd consider them above 50, but yeah, they have a few iffy stuff that I just like. What are you guys doing? But some great stuff like Mr. Shifty was pretty cool.
I love their Escapists.
But Escapists, I have some. That have some personal stuff with that. That's nothing to do with them and what they do. But like Speedrunners was fantastic. Party Hard was fantastic. Hello Neighbor had some weird stuff that they were doing with it as well too. I don't really.
But what I think it comes down to is I think this may be just our preferences. I like the style of games they pick up, even if I don't play them. Yeah, and I think that's really what it comes down to.
I think I think my big preference is just is how they deal with communication, how they deal with transparency of what the product is, and how they talk about it.
You know, that's more the developer side in the cases you've brought up, though.
I'm talking about actual PR emails that I get from Tiny Build themselves.
Oh, well, yeah. We'll talk about that a different day or at the end.
Like, I wish I could just pull open some of the emails that I get from them, and then I, I go and take a look at it. I'm like, this is not what you guys are talking about.
So, I'm going to segue on, and we'll return to that conversation of developers versus publishers and such at the end. I think that's a fantastic point we should talk about. So, chat, we have changed the re-release category from the last show.
We split it up a bit.
Yeah, so the last show, one of the key feedback, how many people here thought that they wanted less ports in their re-releases? They wanted to see actual re-releases more individually, is feedback many of you gave. And in our after conversation meeting, the first thing we said is we have to listen to that feedback. It's valid. Morag actually advocated really fucking hard for it. I'm like, okay. So we have split up ports to be at the end, and we'll talk about them abridged, but re-releases are legitimately, at least to my knowledge, re-releases of content sometimes decades ago. Speaking of which, there's a game here called Superhero League of Hoboken, and it's a game I remember from my youth. And Pico Interactive is known for going out and producing games from their youth. This is one of them.
Now, we talked about, I know, what was it? Seeing things through nostalgia glasses a little bit earlier.
Oh yeah, this is legit.
in like art style and whatnot, but no, this is pure a different art style from a different era.
Yeah, and no, listen to that beautiful MIDI bullshit.
No, this is next level MIDI.
This is when people were just making what they wanted. This is, if I remember correctly, a adventure dungeon crawler with superhero choices. I might not be pitching it correctly, but you selected your team and it felt a little bit what was it, the name of that game? Madness. You went into the house with the aliens. Day of the Tentacle.
The whole point and click genre and how that was pushing forward in the MS days.
Yeah,
MS-DOS days.
But this is one of the old go around the world and investigate with the words in the top left, and you see all your exits in the left panel. Maniac Mansion. Thank you, Rock Demon.
It's funny.
Go on.
Go. No, you go.
I believe you can have different superheroes with different superpowers in your team, and that helps influence the tools you have to complete the puzzles.
If there is one thing that really with these styles of games, especially with like heavy text, this is stuff that you had to read usually back in the day to like progress, whereas now it's kind of added as like flavor text that people can just choose to read it if they want to. But I think writing is just like art. Art at least is in your face most of the time, but the text sometimes gets hidden or overshadowed really quickly. Like there's a lot of thought that goes into some of this, especially in world or lore building too, that you get enveloped by it and you don't really think about it.
So I love how this preview is just like, hold on, how long is this? Please tell me this. Oh, it's
almost done, don't worry.
It's almost done, making sure. A cache of jalapeno peppers must be destroyed.
So good though.
It didn't even show any of the confrontation screens. The confrontation screens, Morag, if you could go to the actual Steam list page and show some of the images there, that actually shows a little bit of the girth of the game.
Yeah, like there we go.
You
can actually go and see stuff like that. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. So
what's this one say? Stereoid? I can't say stereoid. Oh my god, I can't say it. Why can't I say steroid? Why was I saying steroid?
I don't know.
Steroid. Wow.
Steroid.
Steroid man, forging off centuries old steroid stockpiles. These monsters have the muscles of a dragon and the intelligence of a dragonfly.
See, that's awesome. But not only that, look, you've got an entire group of 6 superheroes on the bottom, and you've got actual combat of the 3 steroid men on top. Like this is steroid. God damn it, you got me. But it's just, this is one of those classic games that would never work today, but it was such a gem back then.
Yeah.
So, continuing down this nostalgia trip, Pico Interactive also gained the rights to a game that came out only in Japan, I believe, and they decided to see if they could get it off to Steam. This is Water Margin, The Tale of Clouds and Wind.
Stereo B.
Stereo B. So, yeah, this is more or less a gameplay preview. It's your classic.
Only 480p.
Yeah, baby.
Holy 5 minutes.
Don't worry, we're going to skip out of this one.
I don't listen to this music, though.
Yeah, no, actually, I remember. The music in the beginning is, I'm like, we'll listen to this.
Oh, yeah, push it up to 5 lives.
4 lives, as you should for the preview. I love how it shows stats in the beginning for all these characters, and you'll never care about those stats after the first moment.
Come on. Sometimes those games, those stats mattered when they did absolutely nothing. It's what mattered is that it was my character, and I was that.
All you needed to know was I jumped the highest. But I'm like, these beat 'em ups, man, this is the glory. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny, this game, so when I was going through the list, I saw this one, and there's a trailer that's later on that I almost cut, and then I thought of this one, I'm just like, no. And I researched that trailer a little bit more later, and I'm like, no, I'm happy I didn't end up cutting it. But it just goes to show that, like, the beat 'em up genre has seen some just different advances over the years, and I'd say one of the better of, like, the evolution or maybe the re-enhancement of, or comeback of the beat 'em up was Castle Crashers.
Yep.
And I don't know if we've seen something better than that. Quote unquote better since then.
So there's something I want to tell you about that was told to me. I don't know the validity of it, but the source I trust is a developer. When you do any fire spell in these beat 'em ups, there's a constant man on fire thing as they're falling back, where it's like they are wrapped in a cloak of flames for their entire body. And that was almost universally shared by so many companies over all of these beat 'em ups. So, like, multiple companies even shared it with competitors just because it was such a good graphic, as the rumor was used. So, like, a little moment ago when she did the flame of everything on the screen, you got to see it, and that's the same one that's used in the D&D fire spells, fireball and stuff, things like that.
The D&D beat 'em up games are so good.
They are.
They are fantastic beat 'em up games.
I play them once every year, it feels like.
Those are the quintessential arcade beat 'em ups next to, say, the Aliens game.
So, the Aliens game, I forgot about that one. But, like, the D&D one, you leveled up and you got new spells and stuff, you know?
And I think there's button combinations, kind of.
There are kind of, but it's more to use your items. See, here's the flame coming. Watch as they fall back.
Yeah, that was in the X-Men game too.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was just shared by one company to everywhere. So, especially in arcades, because frankly, the competition was keeping them at your game, not taking them away from others.
Yeah.
So, that I think we're good to skip this one.
I'm good.
But it was just a cool conversation, and I just wanted to show. So before we even get off this, just saying our next section. Wait, no, we're still in re-releases. Next.
Yeah.
Yep. So I can't remember why this is a full re-release. I think it's a remaster, but we'll see. Actually,
did you hit next already?
No, I wanted to watch. I figured I wanted to show something while we were talking.
I was just gonna say this is bitchin' music. It's a jam.
You're
what
right.
Is it?
Actually.
What did the IRL streamers say? Oh, it's a banger.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
Banger alert.
All right. Please let me go next. There we go. Button.
There we go.
Next, we've got.
My friend was in love with this game. I wonder if he's gonna play the re-release. Yeah, he absolutely just said it was a fantastic surprise.
Really? So
yeah.
Red Faction Guerrilla remastered.
Because it's on Mars, get it?
Yeah.
But yeah, this was one of the first fully destructible games, especially it was on Xbox 360, if I remember correctly, where like everything just blew up. Like you survived the most dumb stuff ever, and it was just you just felt good breaking stuff.
So that said, this is a banger too. He got hit by a pipe.
Space asshole.
I love that song.
In a truck, flying off a bridge.
I love how they stopped before he exploded.
Yeah, it's funny. I think, I don't know if this song was in the original game. I always wondered where, because this came out before Mass Effect, I want to say. I don't know if this was before or after Mass Effect, but that song.
That song is so fucking beautiful.
That just came out too as well on the 3rd, so definitely go check it out if you want to. $7, $6.50 I think American.
Not bad.
67% off right now. But yeah.
So,
if you just want a good time, like it's from what my friends told me, like literally the person I've known for like 20 plus years. But yeah.
So
this is last year as well too that it came out, just as a heads up. But I think it's coming out on another console, right?
I don't know. It showed as a remaster for something. I'll look into that later and then realize how I failed.
Yeah, 2018 last year. I was like, I thought this would come out, but yeah, maybe it's another console. Hey Slacko, how's it going? Thanks for pointing out the 2018.
No problem. There was something there about it being a re-release. I'll have to figure that out.
I'm pretty sure they said it at E3 too. That's why it that had me talking about it. Switch 5 days ago.
It's
reviewed.
Switch it's a port. Sorry.
No,
it's okay.
Good.
Honestly, when you look at how many games that I look at, a few will slip through, and I'm sorry, Chad. Let's just move on to another remaster, which I forgot I loved this game.
July 2nd. Yeah, so it just came out. So this is still crucial information.
So when I was younger, one of my favorite beat 'em ups on the PC, or not the PC, on the Super Nintendo was Ninja Warriors. And they remade it as a high-def game with better effects.
This music.
Oh god, yeah, it had some of the best music on the SNES.
And there's some great OC remixes of this too as well.
So
makes me sad that's all we get to hear of that.
So yeah, that's Ninja Warriors once again. Honestly, half the reason I put these in is I wanted to hear the music.
So that game also couldn't find any good solid information on it. There's no pages yet for it. You can get Ninja Warriors on PS4 right now as it's super original, part of the arcade something. It was really weird, but I don't think there's any pages up for it yet. So keep an eye out for that though in the future.
Gotcha.
Yeah, even though I know that you have the 4th listed here, but I couldn't find it.
There was a deal, promotion about it on Game Press.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or no,
I wonder. I
no,
don't know
it
how
was
they were
on
doing
its
it yet.
wiki about it. That's where I got that. The
Yeah.
Wikipedia of the game had it as a footnote that had a source. So that said, this game I've seen some Twitch broadcasters play, and I'm kind of fascinated. It's called Kingdom Wars 2 Definitive Edition.
This is definitely up your valley out too for games.
Now that said, I want to talk about the thing that pisses me off about some trailers. If you're getting a lot of praise from people who are not mainstream, people who are mainstream understand it doesn't mean much. That said, it's a beautiful, beautiful system. If I remember watching a stream, it's city management plus defense game.
Has a fantastic art style, though. Feels like a cleaner version of like what like the original EverQuest had.
Oh, okay.
The song of your courage will be sung till the end of time.
We're coming to the end. No worries, too.
Yeah, this is.
Raise your weapons.
Yeah, this is. After this, there's very few. In fact, this is the last one, other than the expansions, we'll touch on quickly.
Yeah.
Get your shields up, swordsmen.
Anyway,
There's something. Oh, man, there's something about like the mid 2000s art style that I think it is nostalgia.
Well,
but I'm wondering like how could you pull that off and still, I don't know.
Well, it's because of the fact that people are still making the 2000s art style. Sprites as a whole and the games that are around that style are absolutely being recreated. There's a point where oversaturation of visuals is a thing.
It's like, how do you take an art style that is like de-resed, under animated, but yet still make it and own it? And but I have a feeling that that's a conversation that many artists that are like deep in the industry could probably talk about for hours.
Actually, the designers and developers I talk to have one simple, almost unanimous answer. Make a good game to go along with it. If the game leaves an impact and a memory, that means any game that will ever be like it will remind you of that good experience. That's the universal answer I get with it. So,
yeah, I guess, yeah, that makes... Now, I think that like makes me kind of rethink like when going down like conventions and whatnot, going down like the rows of trying to figure out what should I be like looking at. What is it that actually grabs me? Like at first, it's hands down is like, and it's like even when watching trailers and whatnot.
By the way, we're just jumping into the next one.
Yeah, so these are going to be expansions and re-releases.
Yep.
But yeah, and it's always interesting. Like, what is it that ends up grabbing my attention first that makes me want to walk towards the booth? And it's usually I try to make it so that I can actually see what the gameplay is. But usually to make me stop is that I need to actually see. I need to see gameplay. I need to see like an art style that feels like they owned it.
You need to see something that establishes a new pattern or something that reminds you of something good. Speaking of which,
no, I wouldn't say something good though.
Well,
like for art style, definitely not.
Quick aside, this, by the way, for people who can't recognize it, is Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers expansion.
Yeah. I'm trying not to watch this too much because I'm in the middle of going through the story. And I've been introduced to a few new characters that I think are in this trailer, and I don't want to know they exist yet.
Okay, let's. Okay, all I gotta say. Oh no!
Don't mind me.
No, there's a point. We should talk about that because other people in the chat may have that experience.
But the thing is I didn't know it was spoilers until people are like tell me like after the trailer. I was like, did you know that thing? Oh my goodness.
So
I don't want to talk about it because it's spoilers. I'm just like, I didn't know until you said it.
So all I gotta say is this is one of the longest trailers, and it was my intent to cut it off a little short.
Okay.
So I'm okay with a skip on this. I'm gonna drop my admin drop on that. Just if you play Final Fantasy 14, you know Shadowbringers came out. If you don't, you probably know it came out.
I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 on Fridays now, and I'm making my way through the content that's come out over the last 5 years, slowly, meticulously, enjoying the story for what it is. And my God, the story is what makes that series. I don't play it for the multiplayer. I don't play it for playing with other people. That's multiplayer, and I don't play it for much else except for the story. The story is fantastic.
That said, if you could just drop the link to the trailer for the people who want to look at it, they can. We're going to move on to a very short abridged approach on some, like, I'm good with going quick on the expansions.
Oh, yeah, like, especially like with a bunch of these, like, just hit play and we'll just talk over them and go with it.
It's going to be background noise at that point.
Yeah.
So another game
Apex
that
Legends?
Everybody loves, Apex Legends, is starting their season 2. This is the reveal trailer of Watson, their new character.
So I actually have a question. I know that I don't think a ton of people in my community play Apex because, like, in general, I've had a first-person shooter chat in my Discord now for about a month, and there's been zero talk in it, pretty much. Except, sorry, there's like been like 2 legit messages in it.
Yeah.
But for people that have played this, do we have anyone that's kind of like have played it actively-ish?
I've put about 15 to 20 hours in.
Okay. With like, I've been following kind of their PR for the game. Like, you know, the game came out, it did awesome. People were begging for a season's pass. Season pass 1 came out, and then I saw mixed messages about it, but they're still overwhelmingly positive, I felt, in the long run. But then afterwards, season 2 has come out, but I don't know if I haven't really seen much of a push community side as strongly, just in the public, as someone that does end up playing the game. Does it feel like that the community has changed from pre-season pass, from season 1 to season 2?
The little bit that I've seen is it has changed, mostly because of the fact that the BRs are saturated and other big players have dropped their loads at the same time. It's a little too early to see where a season 2 hits for Apex Legends, though, in my humble opinion.
No, I'd agree. It is probably too soon.
Well, part of the reason is Apex Legends went a little bit more esportsy, especially with the Rivals tournament. So something to consider about that. Also, there's been the new content from Fortnite. So the people who would swap to Apex have been juggling with that and 3 other first-person shooter games in the meantime. So it's been a saturation.
So this kind of pulls into what you're saying too, Jack. And feel free to hit start on this next one.
Yeah, I'm already getting it.
When it comes down to like battle royales, like I know that people say they fall off or anything like that. Do you actually play battle royales though, s0e3? And I say this, and I ask this in the most polite way: is how does your opinion matter then? Is that just what you see as an outside source that it falls off? Or do you actually know and what to enjoy about it? Because, like, there's people out there that still enjoy the game and love it and will continue playing it. And I'd rather talk to them about it in the long run because I want to know what the non-PR community side of it ends up feeling sometimes. I want to know people that are actually playing it and why they enjoy it. Not why people don't like it or if they see it as a bystander and being like, yeah, because that to me is complete utter noise that means nothing. This is not a BR game that we're currently looking at now.
No, we are looking at the final DLC of Attack on Titan 2. So,
this does look awesome, though.
Oh my God, this was one of my favorite games to play was Attack on Titan.
I remember, what was it? Cobalt. I saw Cobalt playing it when it first came out, and it just looked fun.
Well, I played the first one to completion and 100%, as you would expect. Never got the ability. I was in a rough time monetarily, so I couldn't get Attack on Titan 2. But this is I love the way that they played and controlled. So I'm really happy with that.
I know I was reading some comments about the game.
Oh,
there were some weird mixed reactions from the community about this, and I don't know exactly what they were going on about. But I know some people, there was something about the actual show versus gameplay and whatnot, and how it mixed with the original story as well too. So I don't know.
It was I'm gonna pass on to the next one. I'm glad to see story modes includes both the first seasons. That's pretty cool. What's this territory recovery mode?
Because it's I think this is the thing when it comes down to I think I've been a little more vigilant about this lately, is when I see good or bad information about games and whatnot, I really end up taking with a huge grain of salt nowadays.
Gotcha.
Because again, you don't know why people get angry. It's the same thing when you come across Steam reviews when they're like, 200 hours played and they don't recommend, and it just feels like a rant that I'm reading then at that point. Like, I can't take that as what would be a definitive idea of what is good or bad, even though the person like writes with conviction.
So one of my favorite reviews of all time is the hypocritical Dota 2 review, where the person can't recommend the game and honestly said that they had some major issues with it. Hours played 3,000. And it's like, it's one of those makes you go, The next thing I want to say is The Messenger, a wonderful,
I'm looking forward to this.
A wonderful retro recreation of Ninja Gaiden has a DLC. And it's beautiful.
I'll be playing this on the 11th right away. Like, if you have not played through this game, I'd say this was so far the most hidden gem of 2019. I would consider it a hidden gem because I think there's a good amount of people. 2018. Just in general, the last year.
Yeah.
This is a hidden gem of the last year. It's not what you expect. The game rounds out in a way you do not expect, and it's just fantastic.
So Morag,
I played the shit out of this game. This game was excellent.
So we are ready.
This game was excellent.
We are ready to wrap up the end of our official content.
Just hit play, and we'll talk over everything. That
I was just gonna say we'll just let it go. Is there an autoplay now feature? I'm looking for it.
Yeah, we switched to this one because we didn't want the autoplay. It's like, now where's the autoplay?
Well, no, like actually, after seeing how it went this week, I almost just want to put autoplay next episode and see how it goes.
I'd actually redo my UI to try and do the trailer one corner while I'm looking up information about it actively. I think that'd be kind of
gotcha. I mean, that or, I don't know. Maybe we can find a way to make it work with Squad Stream as well.
As a Monster Boy-esque game, I think even some sort of something was helped out by Monster Boy guys. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, if you enjoy hack and slash platformers, this is.
It looks like it has a massive amount of wonderful abilities to do it.
It has content. It has a ton of content. I won't say a ton of content. It feels rewarding. A rewarding amount of content. That's going to consoles. That's going to consoles.
Yeah, like right now, the next few games are going to consoles from PC.
Yeah.
So all of these from this point forward are just ports of old games going to it. The bottom line is we'll show some of the consoles and we'll leave it on in the background. what's going to happen is we're going to have a few more games, and then suddenly it's the wall of everything going to Nintendo.
Yeah, so I'll just drop links to their original PC, and then if you enjoy it, you check it out on PC. Or, like I said, it's just going to be a crap load of Switch stuff coming up here.
So, the name of this one we'll just say is Super Mutant Alien Assault. Morag, let's talk about our show while these are going on in the background. And if people have questions,
this game looks nifty. This game looks nifty, though. And I was looking into it. If you enjoyed, what is it, Super Crate Boy, which is free, I guess this was like a good accelerated version of it.
So, chat.
But anyway, yeah, the show.
While we're looking at this is going to be the games just on the background while we have our final chat. What do all of you think about the trailer show tonight? Going on the fact I honestly want to try putting it on an autoplay in the future and see if we can do it that way.
Too much talking, not enough talking about the games. Did we get ranty? I think there's
honestly,
I know I was more ranty tonight.
I want to say I kind of just would rather just BS and just have us chilling out and just bullshitting about anything the games remind us of.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like
that's where I had the most fun tonight.
Yeah, I'd say that there wasn't where's the word I'm looking for here? Quality trailers. There are some great trailers, but I feel that there were not as quality as the past ones.
Historically, July over the past 3 years have always been the most indie month because everything is hard dropped for May and June for E3.
But I'm not gonna lie, it felt like when I looked at the list, like between the past couple of days, it felt like that you went on to Keymailer and just grabbed almost everything that looked like it was coming out.
No, I went through 19 pages.
No. It was just at first glance when I first did it, I'm like, no, he wouldn't do that. That's dumb. Because then I actually looked at sources and whatnot. Anyway, it was just that was gut reaction at first.
Outside of the ones that you cut, I think I cut a good 30 to 40 games.
The
one thing I found is even if I'm only doing more days or less, half the days, I'm still doing the same amount of time dedication. So I'm just looking for more.
This game almost got on my shit list because it being an RPG maker game.
Yeah.
But wait for it. Not the plot.
Here's the thing.
It was the battle system that I thought was really nifty. It was a little bit of a different taste on it.
I look at it as if it looks different, like it is an RPG maker, but it feels well made.
There's just something that kind of pulls it off away from it a little bit more, but yeah, it's like it was like the crafting, some of the story stuff, the combat. There's just a mixture of it, but it did make me feel like it was a little bit of a mobile-ish game. So I didn't check to see if it was a mobile port, but
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it's going to consoles.
I almost want to do one obligatory Switch, this is the best RPG maker game I could find this month approach. And I think I'm just going to keep that as my tradition. This was my RPG maker game.
Right, that is going to mobile. It is going to mobile from PC.
So
I didn't even write the date. I didn't write the date on that. When was that? Yeah, that's June. That's June. So that's last month. So they probably had it waiting in the background.
I love how I look up at your chat and it's plot, anime waifus. Did it play? Is it just sitting there? Oh, I hate it when trailers do that crap.
Yeah.
Now, this is based off a damn near legendary anime in terms of everything. Clanad. Or Clanad, however you pronounce it.
Robot.
What?
Am I going robot?
I'm hearing you as a robot.
A robot, me.
Oh no, robot rip.
You're a robot back right now.
Oh no. Press F to pay respects to our connection. Press F.
Is it Discord?
It may be Discord.
Sir.
Guys, you're going to hear me call them. Ding-a-ling. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Morag?
Jack? Hi.
Yeah. Hey!
No
it
more,
was the
no
server.
more Robo.
It was the server. So the reason this is Animu as Frick is this is legitimately a visual novel of one of the most anime visual novel contents you could have.
Anime is Frick. Yeah, it's just a music video at this point.
But
it's a visual novel? Oh yeah, it was Clanad.
Yeah, it's Clanad, man. This is like this is one hell of a anime to make a visual novel based off, and it's porting over to Switch.
Anime rules.
Yeah, Clanad didn't really have much plot in it.
It doesn't look like there's much else. Let's just skip.
Next. All right, hold on. Where's that button? There it is.
This is a game actually I wish to... I never got to play this.
Was it the visual novel first? I didn't know that.
Was Clanad visual novel first?
I'm
sure
I'm not sure.
Trying to protect me.
Yeah, I never got to play this game.
I saw 1/3 of a playthrough and it was fascinating.
I know what Elsbeth really enjoyed it, from what I understand.
Actually, to be honest, it may have been one of my most memorable streams I watched.
This is What Remains of Edith Finch.
Didn't this game get a stupid amount of awards?
We made it real.
In fact, it won out against AAA companies on one of the awards.
And yeah, that game, What Remains of Edith Finch, which came out last year, I want to say? No, 2017. It was a PS4 game, if I remember correctly, and then PC, and then... Or PS4 and PC, I think, at the same time?
Right, Rock Demon, I forgot about that.
Oh, goodness. Next! Oh,
No,
God!
No,
Someone else's channel!
That's not a banger! Okay, so this is going to Switch.
Yeah, these are all Switch titles now.
Yep, all Switch. This is basically what people call a really ingenious approach to Pokemon. So...
Originally on 3DS?
Yes, I think so. The idea behind this was quite simply, what happens if you have every Pokemon, but every Pokemon can breed a unique Pokemon between them, and all of those can breed a unique Pokemon between them.
Yeah. Yeah, this was originally a DS game.
So, while it's got the basic graphics and such, they just looked at it as, we want to make a colorful Game Boy game.
Is that a 6-on-6 Pokemon battle?
Yes.
That's a 6-on-6 Pokemon battle.
And not only that, like, you can get, like, the equivalent of Pikachu and Charmander and mate them to make whatever combines and use those as your creatures and crap like that. It's amazing. Nani the fuck?
Breeding simulator.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon breeding simulator.
Charmachu. Yes.
Damn. Next. So I didn't get a full glance at this one. I just knew it looked shiny.
Almost kind of asked to skip this one too as well.
We'll get the music and see if it's a banger. The logo sucks.
It just felt too arcadey, I guess. Oh yeah, like some of the other games were just pure arcade games of just it's mini game the game.
Okay, can we ignore the gameplay and just look at the circles in the middle and be like, why do they have to be there?
I think this was a terrible trailer in general because it was a bad recording, bad audio recording everything. Yeah, this was another reason why. Next.
That's all good.
If you're into what was that from? That was a.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That was the
looks
DS
cool.
game. I lied. That was the DS game. Woo!
So this one
That
looks
was the DS game.
cool. I would play this one.
This looked cool. I agree. This was pretty damn nifty. Sorry, that last one was the DS game.
Yep.
The Pokemon one was a PC game. I lied. I'm so sorry. I misread
this
it.
one feels like
Mega Man.
Mega Man and Contra-esque, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because I think it's kits instead of unlock. No, never mind. You do unlock powers from them. Fuck, I'd play this as a Mega Man inspired game in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, that flying thing there, definitely. And this is where I think they take the Mega Man side and then they expand upon, you know, actual like gameplay space a little bit more. I always thought that Mega Man was a very limiting in like space of like where you get to move around. And your character always felt a little bit too big compared to the screen.
Yeah. And that's
whereas
mostly
that makes
because
it
of
pulls it out a little bit.
tradition.
Yeah.
Mega Man X was nice about breaking that up.
Mm-hmm.
So Tom Baker is in it, which is important.
Once in a distant time and place.
So we're not going to watch the full one, but this is cute.
Who goes there?
Nelly Cootalot, pirate.
Against the waves of village,
Oh.
she alone defended all creatures tiny and
It's a well-drawn.
Sebastian, my old friend.
Led by her spiritual
old
mentor,
friend.
William Blood.
That was a bird.
I'll be honest, I would play this for a donation
What's the Baron
incentive.
up to?
I know not what he's plotting.
It
but I
just looks
foresee
cute.
many innocent birds
Ducks!
perishing.
That was
Birds
cute
are
ducks.
perishing.
We are going to lay siege to Gloomhome.
Look at
What's
that
up with
monkey.
the drunk monkey?
But I'm not dressed for a siege.
Yeah, Cootalot. I was questioning that at first too. The name. It's like, what's this? Is that supposed to be a play on something?
All right, I'll be honest. I'm more interested than I expected on this. That's a pissed off monkey.
It's a pissed off magic monkey.
Great. See you in the dinghy.
And magic,
What dinghy?
some weird birds.
Okay, winner. I'm okay with that. That was cute for a Switch game. That'd be a wonderful one to have for little kids.
And that game came out in 2016 on PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I threw all the dates there of how old the game is and the notes.
I already have my finger on skip, but we'll be able to watch the first little bit.
Oh, it's a
Why am I
whatchamacallit
loading?
game.
Oh, pausing, restarting.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is
It's a rapping
a
game. A shmup.
a what? A shmuppin.
Yeah,
Shmup?
a shmup.
I like how they have the zoom in of to make sure that you're not actually going to die, so you can actually just play by the close up
Oh,
preview.
that's a really cool point. I didn't notice that the first time through. All right, that's
So
cool.
you get real kind of in there.
I
don't know if the UI is moving or if that's player choice. If you get to customize your UI.
All right, never show off your main menu in a trailer.
I would agree.
Like showing off customization, totally okay with that. This is okay. That actually answers questions about the UI. That's not bad.
Do they show UI stuff?
That they just showed where you're selecting where the UI is to answer your question
Oh,
you had
that
a
is
moment
cool.
ago. They show the different screens.
Oh, vertical screen mode. So if you want to throw your monitor, does anyone in chat have a vertical screen that they use on their normal setup or their work setup?
The only people I know use it for Twitch chat.
I've seen people use it for spreadsheets.
Or
Reddit. I've seen people use it for Reddit too.
Again, coming out in Switch. This is a game I didn't catch back in the day, really.
This came out last year.
Yeah, like I saw it, but I never really dove into it, and this trailer does a good job of showing it off. I like the design that they got for text and fonts. Too many people that deal with this crap suck at the fonts.
We couldn't relent. We rationed.
This font's not terrible.
No, I like the way they did the fonts in this. Too many people overlook it. It feels within the feel about it. Like
Sarah
somebody
percent
would
Sarah.
do a game
What's your
like
flavor?
this. Both. Depends on the style of the game.
Depends on the style. Fair enough.
Yeah, like many games I'll see like this, and they'll have this much character in the way that they show their design, and then do you see the text in the bottom right corner? They'd put that as the default, and I'm like, you guys are idiots.
Oh yeah, when people just walk away with putting Arial font in their game, I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The gods let us live.
Like, there's very few games. Actually, I don't think I can name a game off the top of my head that used Arial font and I remembered and enjoyed it.
Yeah, like right here.
And maybe they hit it well enough.
In this case, what I'm talking about isn't even the artistic one at the header. It's the fact that they have a different style of default font, like in the menus. That said, it's
and I think like actually like, their menus did have a sans serif font there.
Yeah.
Like for the UI, but the character dialogue
was easier to read.
It was their own style, it was own stylized stuff.
Okay.
So this game came out a shit ton like long time ago. It used to be an Xbox 360 game from 2013. But it's a pretty cool, unique strategy game.
Now that said, something funny about it, it was going to release in May, then April, then May, then June, then did another port. So this thing has been all over our freaking spreadsheet over and over again.
They keep pushing it.
Their strategy is to get more promotion from us. They know we keep showing it.
But yeah, no. Next.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty cool game though.
This is an anime I enjoyed watching, and yeah.
This is not the game I thought it was.
Oh.
When I was first told about it, and I was thinking it was something completely different.
Oh yes, a true Switch one where you get to see candid people sitting and playing on the Switch.
And this came out what, February 7th on PC.
Yeah. This is a I don't care about the actual gameplay. I just want to see people like making facial expressions at the screen and each other. Yeah, why are you shaking the Switch like that?
Because that's what makes the boomerang go faster. What's up, hype? Wandering Discipline.
Hey, WD, man. Because Jack has the best content usually? No, tonight it's the best content because it's Jack and Morag.
Whoa. That's why they said usually.
Oh.
Get wrecked. to me as well, too. Don't worry. I'm sorry, Wandering, that I am here.
You should never be sorry.
That I'm watering down the content.
Oh my God,
I saw some plot
was huge.
You saw the plot too?
Oh my God,
I like how we both talked about the plot. Yeah, it was right there.
Yeah.
As a heads up, if people think that when we say plot, we're shaming, no, we're not.
No, I appreciate my wife's plot, and it's one of the reasons that we have no problem feeling attracted to each other.
Returning subscriber.
You remember the game that I said I almost kicked?
What?
And then I thought about, like, I almost put on the shit list. And then I'm like, no. And then I thought back to classic beat 'em ups.
Yeah. Lethal League Blaze.
Then there was this, and I'm just like, and then I actually did some research in this game. I don't know how I missed this game ever. Because this game came out in 2018.
So what's
this game? Is pretty cool.
Is it like attack volleyball?
It's a weird little kooky game. That's all I know. It's like half like beat 'em up against each other, half game, half like, I just don't know. But when I was reading the reviews on Steam, it is ridiculous how well received this game is.
Wow, I gotta say, it's got one hell of a style.
Yeah, so it definitely is on kind of my list of stuff that I might end up checking a look in the future. It's a good party game, but does it have online co-op?
by the way.
Online up to 4 people. So yeah, I definitely want to probably check that out later. Oh, I did the Nintendo link too. Where's the Steam link?
So
25% off on Steam right now.
that said, looking
That's
at the
the end.
time and everything, let's look at
Two-
how we
2.5
did
hours.
cards. I think it was better
2.5
just to let everything play on autoplay and just talk over it. I think that's what
Oh,
we're going to
hands
do
down.
next episode.
We could definitely, honestly, would you guys want to see more or less trailers, even like the super shitty ones, and would you just want us talking over it the whole time?
Like, honestly, should we just make it the talk show where we just do next time on Jack and Morag's trailer show? We invite a special guest, and all we do is just have it play in the playground and just complain all over it.
More trailers. Yeah. More. I kind of want to, yeah, just find anything we can, get the playlist up to like 1 hour, 40 minutes and just hit play.
I think that feels good. Here's the question. Commentary, that is the important question I want us to get from all of you.
Was commentary good, better, worse this time?
I would say an open-ended question is, if you had an option between us just talking about whatever versus talking about the trailers more in depth and our opinions, tell us the angle you prefer and what you would want if this was your show. What would
And if you've been here to past shows, let us know too.
Reboot says he wants it Mystery Science Trailer 2000.
Yeah, that Lethal Blaze game, 98%.
Morag, we could both do our green screens and we could both put ourselves at the bottom and do the black overlay and do the Mystery Science Trailer approach.
Yeah, I've done that before.
I think we should.
Super crazy easy to do.
It is really easy.
Oh, I can just turn mine on right now.
Yeah, you just flip a filter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except I can't do it because I don't have green screen on right now. So I'd just go like black camera.
That's not the right one. Nope, not that. Nope, not that one. Where is it? Nope, that's my scrolling one. Oh, that's my color correction one. I have so many preset filters here. There we go.
Rock Demon, your concern is you keep on looking up games and such. I have something I want to give all of you beautiful people, which is a link to the YouTube playlist. Yeah. We'll copy
that
the
has
link.
every single trailer.
It has every single trailer that we looked at tonight. And there you go.
Oh, no, not that one.
What?
Oh, is that the one? Oh, yeah, you put it where it doesn't link directly to the playlist. It shows the first trailer.
Oh,
and then auto plays.
Sorry, I
There we
think
go.
it's just you already fixed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you already did. So it's all good. Thank you, Morag.
Do I have my Pikachu one still here?
Which Pikachu one?
It's when Pikachu looks like Pikachu's rubbing my nipples, because it's its cheeks instead.
Okay.
There we go. Good job, Pikachu. Keep doing that.
Keep doing that, Pikachu. You're doing the Lord's work. And the game page is up. Yeah, that's the thing. We will link the trailers on YouTube at the end. I gotta figure out what the heck you're doing over there.
Oh, it's gone already. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
It's gone. You basically just overlay the GIF over top of it with the transparency, and then it looks like Pikachu shaking his cheeks, except it's big enough where it's just right over top of my nipples.
So, Morag, I think I need to watch that for research.
Yeah.
So I am actually going to end early tonight. This is what
I am also done too, because my friends are phoning me wondering where the heck I am.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We now have a better idea of commentary and whatnot now, but it's all
So going back, what was the overall feedback? You could wear funny hats. You guys want more opinion, or Azrius guy says opinions on game. Was it a good balance tonight? Was your question essentially, right, Morag?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out this was more ranty versus I did less research while the stuff was happening. I didn't show Steam pages as much.
Like, I just my vision of the content that I'd like to see is, if we're talking about the gameplay trailers, they take the primary deal. But if it's a trailer that doesn't interest us, I just want us to just talk about what it reminds us of. I'm okay with embracing the tangents more than the content. And I have a vision in the future that we'll have a resource where people can look up the details from the show themselves, if that makes sense. So, I like podcasts, and it was very similar to a lot of talk shows I like, says Maddie.
And we had enough to like do that 2-hour mark. So
yeah, I think in the future, the hit play and go and not have any elaboration between. Chat, yay or nay? Removing the breaks between trailers and just letting it go for better or worse. Hey, dude.
And I'm definitely, hey, Doobie. I'm tempted to do the split screen too, so then I could go and do Steam stuff at the same time, or like mini research. I don't know.
Yeah, next show, I'll probably, honestly, just hitting autoplay will probably be a very convenient thing as a whole for me. That'll just make mine much more comfortable. The interludes had some funny shit.
The funny shit could go from trailer to trailer to trailer, though.
Yeah, or
and also, I think when Jack, I know when you were finding trailers, and I know it last month when I was helping a little bit more, that we were finding trailers that were a little bit shorter. Now we can put a little bit longer ones in, and then we just hit skip if we're bored of it.
Yeah, I think as long as we're able to designate some of the trailers as I don't give a crap about this because it's bad and we can just make fun of stuff, I think that would be worth it. So, let it go on. Yay, yay. People are saying yay. So, Morag, the best question is, if people want to find the next show, when, where, and how? Do you have this answer?
Yeah. Did you know that we're trying to go for the every first and third Sunday of the month?
Saturday.
Easy. Saturday. Did I say Sunday?
Gross. You did.
Saturday. First and third Saturday, 8 p.m. PDT.
And the third Saturday in this case is, generally speaking, the 20th of July. How many of you are going to be back here for the 20th of July? You know, I feel weird.
Where's my cricket? Where's my cricket button?
Yeah, where's the cricket button?
That right now.
Morag,
I need that.
Morag, I hope you'll be here on the 20th of July.
Yes.
So,
there's my crickets. Those do not look like crickets.
Those do not look like crickets. Hey, Pyromancer, it's always the VOD, and it's all good. I love how everybody's like, I'm not dedicating to that. I got other things to do. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at this next time. It's going to be looking at the 16th till the end of the month. What was your pick tonight before we figure out who we're going to raid, Morag?
What was my pick for like the games shown tonight?
Yeah, or just the trailer. We'll say 1, pick your game, 2, pick your trailer.
Game? Honestly, I think I want to go for more of the Messenger.
More of the Messenger?
I'm looking forward to that patch very much. I want that patch badly.
My game specifically was it was Break the Game. I want to play that and figure out what the hell it is.
That is the trailer.
Oh, you're going
that's
for
my
the
trailer
pick.
Pick.
Because
That's my trailer
thinking,
pick.
Or what?
Yeah, just because it didn't explain anything, but yet it kept wanting you to know more about it.
Yeah, I'm shamelessly saying my favorite trailer tonight. Only because
don't say it. Don't say it.
What?
The pinball. I already know how your mind works, chat. You want the pinball game, the waifu pinball game.
Do you know what?
What?
I like that trailer because it got both our chats talking nonstop.
It was the right one, son of a bitch.
That was the one that Andy Lurker was like, what? Nani da fa. That's what happened to both of our chats during that trailer. And for that reason, it got the community talking. That's what I want more of. It literally was the definition of what the hell is this? That one got me to tab out because my coworker was still here. Siri, I'm so okay. Note to self: suitable for work, not suitable for work warnings.
That is still that was a suitable for work trailer. Still, that was still suitable.
I respect the tab out. I
guess it's more so that is it and first glance is it safe?
No,
and some boss would be like,
no, I got a solution for that next time, Siri. I will make a 5-second trailer or animated movie to put in the actual rotation that night, so it will say not suitable for work warning before one of those trailers. Anytime it's a rated M, I think that's respectable.
Is it embarrassing, or is it,
dude?
You don't want to be caught with that.
Hey, I look at it this way: if you're at work and you may want to tab out, I'm going to put the warning before it.
Fair enough.
I care about my people who are using their work time to not do work. I respect that.
Anyway, I threw a name in Discord.
Hey, I'm going to probably say hell yeah. Yeah, that's who we're chatting. What's our raid message tonight?
Chat, what should our raid message be tonight?
Jack and Morag saw you in a trailer is a very bad one.
For their chat, it would be good though.
And then we just tell them guess. If they ask, just say guess, and leave it at that. Jack and Morag lewd you? Nah, Jack and Morag saw you in a trailer. And if they ask, just say guess.
And I'm gonna put it to creep.
To creep? I'm
That's
gonna
what I'm
do
doing for mine.
Jack-gasm. Oh my god,
I
that
wasn't
is
even
so
thinking.
good. That is so good. In fact, we got to put it at the end.
Anyway, guys, thanks everyone though for coming out. If you haven't joined either of our Discords, I highly recommend you go check them out. And if you feel that we missed anything for this week that came out, make sure to send us a good old message on the Twitter, on the Discord, anything, and then we'll make sure to add it into the next show.
Shout out to a community member who I can't remember off the top of my head. They actually shouted out one of the ones I missed last month. So, and one was added last month. Orphan Sensei, I believe, recommended 1980X, which was a fantastic game.
Yep.
So, we're going to be rating Jade, aka Skin Teen. Morag had a fantastic suggestion, and I'm going to follow it. So, I'm going to be hosting here in a moment. And
I'll be raiding.
You'll be raiding? Fine. We'll raid.
Raids, I don't want to give the pre-roll ads. I want them to have the full experience of Miss Jade.
Do we need to exit squad mode? We'll both be raiding and we'll both be leaving it, so you'll be fine. So, without further ado, thank you, everybody. Be kind to each other, embrace each other, and...
It doesn't end here, because back again tomorrow. Make sure to finish all of your unplayed games. I know, I'm trying to switch it up, Jack. I'm trying to switch it up.
I see that, and I did not segue perfectly to that. We will segue better next time. And if you want to know more, you'll have to check out next time on Trailer Ball Z's.